Welcome into Jackie Robinson Memorial Field as your Arroyo Seco Saints prepare to take on the MLB Academy Barons. I'm Charles Duncan, alongside me, Jarrett Thompson. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and we are dialed in, ready for action, aren't we, Jarrett?
Yeah, Saints coming off a big win last night. Extra innings win, 13 innings it took, but they came out with a victory over the Riptide. And, you know, the Barons got the best of them last time earlier in the season, so the Saints will try to get back at them tonight.
And it was a truly long, almost 5-hour game yesterday, so the Saints are definitely going to be tired, and you got to commend these guys for staying strong, and they're out here today ready for action. Bringing you the starting lineup for the MLB Academy Barons. Kamayu Neighbors leading off, Komet Brown second, James Williams batting third, Jalen Williams batting cleanup, Jordan Williams in fifth, Nicholas Malbrough in the sixth spot, Alec Gonzalez batting seventh, Baseo Williams batting eighth, and Julian Boyd to wrap things up for the Barons in the ninth spot. Pitching today for the Barons is Chase Chapman. Up on the mound today for the Arroyo Seco Saints is going to be Merrick Sears. We were fortunate enough to see Merrick Sears, both Jarrett and I, last time we were on the call on Friday night against the Orange County Riptide, and we'll see what he's going to be able to deliver tonight against the Barons. He fires that first pitch in there for strike one.
Yeah, Sears, it's his fourth start of the year, fifth appearance. With a 1-2 record, one of those losses came against the Barons. He started the last time these teams played each other. Wasn't bad, but the Saints obviously not scoring enough runs as they fell 6-2 to the Barons. Sears on the mound got the loss. He comes with a 4.69 ERA.
The 1-1 fires outside, and as you were saying, Jared, it seems that every time Merrick is on the mound, he doesn't give up too many runs, but it's the run support that is unable to back him up in some of these outings. And we saw that against the Riptide. We saw that the first outing against the Barons. And we'll see if he can kind of keep that run count low, and hopefully the bullpen behind him can follow suit, because that's also been an issue. Those middle innings been really hurting the Saints, as that one is drilled out into center field. And Bradshaw's under it to retire the first out for the Saints here in the top of the first inning.
Absolutely. And Sears, he hasn't had that ace stuff, been the number one in the rotation, but he hasn't really had to be. He's gone out there, given quality starts, and that's all you can really ask for sometimes as starters, is just give us a chance to win the game. And the Saints have done that. They're 10-8 coming in the year. A little bit inconsistent as of late, going back and forth with wins and losses, but Merrick Sears has done a good job. Give him a chance and see if he can come out and do that again today.
Starting off this game well as he fires first pitch strike to the second batter, Komet Brown. Brown leads the Barons in walks at 5. Also leads the team in errors with 3. Has to work on his fielding discipline a little bit, as that curveball just barely misses outside for ball 1.
And one thing to keep an eye on for Sears today is his second, third time through the order, if he gets to a third time, as he seems to start out games pretty good, but once he gets the second time through the order, starts to get roughed up a little bit. That's what happened last time against the Barons. Looks like he hit him there.
Oh, and that catches Komet Brown. He's going to get a free pass down to first base. And that's another thing that they have to limit today, Jared, is the free passes. We've seen what early walks and errors can do to the Saints. It seems that a lot of teams capitalize on it. We saw that against the Riptide, and they're going to have to limit this here against the Barons to make sure that it doesn't get out of hand and they're not constantly clawing back in these ball games.
It's almost like that's what decides Saints wins and losses in these games, is if who makes the mistakes, because they capitalize more than almost anyone on mistakes that the other team is making errors and walking these Saints hitters. But like you said, last Friday against the Riptide, we saw the Saints make numerous errors, lead off walks, and it started to bite them, and they ended up losing the game.
James Williams now up to bat, takes the first 2 low for ball 2.
Yeah, James Williams, a lot of Williams in the lineup for the Barons
no
today.
No relation out of all of them, which is very interesting.
4 Williams. This one hitting the best at 250. The Barons come in with a record of 3-7, but one of those wins against the Saints.
This one chops down the left field side foul. And interesting that you brought up 3-7, Jarrett. We know the Saints record 10-8, and to have the Barons just sitting there at 10 games played, 3-7 thus far on the season, is a little bit surprising so far, but they're still struggling no matter how many games they've played, and the Saints definitely looking to take advantage here at home.
And so far in the South Division, the CCL has got him picked off.
He picked him off. Almost gets underneath the tag, but Brandon Boning able to apply that, and a great move by Merrick Sears to get Komet Brown slipping on the base pass.
Yeah, it's not the first time Merrick Sears picked someone off this season. Obviously a lefty, a nice move. Brown with speed. You knew he was going to be aggressive, as are a lot of opponents against the Saints, and Merrick Sears does a great job there. Great move. Had him easily.
Komet Brown, a faster guy on that team, and Sears was eyeing him that whole time. Good on him. The 2-1. Misses outside. Ball 3.
As I was saying, it seems like the CCL, it's really been tight. Teams beating teams. Not one team that's really taken advantage and spread out from their others. And it'll be interesting if the Saints can try to be the team that do that.
3-1 is lifted up. Tracking back. And that will end up foul. And as you're saying, Jarrett, it seems that everyone's kind of right around the middle. We're feeling that balance between all of these teams so far this season. Really, the only dominating force is the Blues. They're at about 17-5 so far this season. Otherwise, everyone kind of fighting around the middle of the pack, trying to see who's going to claw up and be that second tier, that right below that first tier Blues. Who's going to be in second? Who's going to finish things out?
Yeah, and as good as the Blues have been, it's not a lot of that's been games. As that one's fouled off as well. Not in league. The Blues 7-3 in league play. So with the Saints sitting at 6-6 in league play, only 2 games behind them. So like they're right there. No team really with a big stretch. The Saints, if they can just get a nice win streak going, like they did last week, winning 4 in a row here at home. If they can get another one of those going, they can really catch up to the Blues and maybe create some separation with the rest of the pack.
This 3-2 is fouled back by James Williams. Good at bat here. Seeing a lot of pitches and fighting them off, and they still have life here in the top of the first inning with 2 outs.
Yeah, and like you said, now we're right in the thick of the league. That's the teams they've been playing. They have 2 games with Santa Barbara the next 2 nights, and Santa Barbara sit a game ahead of the Saints. It's a great opportunity for the Saints to catch some ground.
This is a chopper by James Williams over to first. Blake Marsh flipping it over to Merrick Sears, and that will be a 1-2-3 inning. Out of Merrick Sears, out of the thrown out of Komet Brown. It's 3 up, 3 down, and we're heading into the bottom of the first inning. Saints rolling. Back a little early here before the bottom of the first inning to introduce the starting lineup for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Connor Bradshaw leading things off in center field. Jake McMurray second, DHing. Drew Cowley in the third spot. Peyton Lewis cleaning up. Brandon Boning batting fifth. Josh Cowden batting sixth. Lindsley, Marsh, and Cobb rounding out the order. And it should be a brilliant lineup for the Saints here tonight. A lot of good hitting, especially out of Drew Cowley. Cowley is 4th in the league amongst all of CCL players in batting average at .407. And Cowley, he just seems like he's automatic for a hit a game. We've been talking about how electric he's been in play. And he's really the go-to guy for the Saints, who really needs, when they really need something to happen, Cowley's their guy who's able to answer that call. We saw what he did last night, able to extend the game against a very good team, and was able to extend it and end up winning that game.
Yeah, and the thing I'm looking out for is for Chase Chapman, the starter for the Barons, another lefty, so lefty-lefty matchup on the mound, is he's got to be ready right away. Connor Bradshaw leading things off as last week hit 2 home runs on the first pitch to dead center. He's aggressive early, likes the first pitch, So let's see if Chapman gives him anything good to hit, and we'll see if Bradshaw's swinging.
Bradshaw takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Bradshaw, another very consistent hitter for the Saints. He's up there on the leaderboard in terms of CCL. Fifth in the league with 3 home runs. Also is first on the team with 18 runs total. He's also tied for first in terms of free passes. He has 11 walks on the season.
And see, obviously the home run numbers are nice. Nice to have the team in home runs. But to me, the runs and walks is more important, especially because he's the leadoff guy. That's what you want out of your leadoff guys, just to get on base. And right now, look at this, 3-0 count, about to get another walk. And as a leadoff guy, that's all you want to do is really get on base. The power, that's nice. But to be scoring runs and to getting on base via walks, that's more important to me as a leadoff guy.
3-0 just barely catches the outside corner for a strike. And as you were saying, Jarrett, those 3 exclamation points on the season, they're great, and they're super fun to have as a part of a team. But he's also second in batting average, batting .333, so he gets it done all around the field. As he shoots this one out into left field, it's going back, and it's going to get over his head. It's going to be Williams missing that, having to throw that in. And an easy double, a stand-up double for Connor Bradshaw to start this inning off.
Yeah, who wants walks? Bradshaw said, I'll just keep getting hits. As you said, second on the team in hitting, goes the opposite way. Jordan Williams running over there, can't get there. And a nice hustle double for Bradshaw. And thanks to Bradshaw, once again, the Saints are getting going early.
And Bradshaw seems to be the guy who gets that big hit to start things off. And it's always in the first inning. We saw him homer 2 out of 4 games up to 1 point in the season. Now he's gone a few games without a homer, make that now like 2 for 6 or 7 games to lead it off. But hey, the Saints will take a double here as well.
That'll bring up McMurray. He's been hot.
We had the pleasure of having Jake McMurray on yesterday. Not us on the call, but Tommy and Alex. McMurray was a great interview, if any of you caught that. Very personable. He had that nice interaction with Tommy. You got to love the banter between the players. It's always super fun when they're personable on the broadcast. And when they're hot especially, it's really interesting to talk to them and see how they've been doing. And McMurray's one of those. As he chops the 0-1 just off of him for an 0-2 count.
Yeah, McMurray didn't start yesterday in the big win, but did come into the game, hit twice. He was 0 for 2.
McMurray's not a guy who will go down easily. He has the least amount of strikeouts on this Saints lineup. Just 4 strikeouts so far, and this is the 19th game of the season for the Saints. 0-2. This is very high for ball 1.
And that's something to keep an eye on, too. The Saints have played 8 more games so far than the Barons this season. Barons 3-7, only playing 10 games compared to the 18 for the Saints, which 10 games is not a lot. They're still getting the rhythm. It's not even 2 weeks of baseball. So still trying to find the rhythm, getting to midseason form. The Saints, we noticed last few games, right in the middle, right in the thick of things.
That 1-2 misses way upstairs for ball 2. And as you were saying, Jarrett, they have been just getting into things, and they're trying to figure out who they are as a team and their identity. But the Saints had just as many wins through 3 ball games to start off the season as the Barons do. So they need to start picking things up. With 10 games in, that's pretty much a quarter way through the season. Let's see if they can get hot here and start off well against the Saints. Chopper here by McMurray over to second. Easy throw there by Nicholas, and he will make it the first out of the inning. Bradshaw makes his way over to third, and the Saints have a runner in scoring position with the big man Drew Cowley up to the plate. We were just talking about Cowley. Leads the team in at-bats at 59 and hits at 24. Of course, we talked about his batting average, .407, being one of the best in the league.
A good piece of hitting there by McMurray. Quickly behind 0-2. And now his new job just to get the runner over, and does a good job going to the right field, the grounder to second. Chapman on the mound here is going to talk to this catcher, but it seems like he's definitely having trouble locating his curveball. Threw a couple on 2 strikes on McMurray, and they're both high. Having a tough feel for that right now. His fastball, what Bradshaw took the other way, and what McMurray grounded out to second. But having trouble right now with his curveball. And with a guy like Cali, you can't be having trouble with anything.
No, if you leave up that curveball for Drew Cowley, he's going to make you pay for it every single time.
Cali nearly hit a home run in San Luis Obispo. It was like a foot away.
sure Chase Chapman knows who he's pitching against here as he fires that one just low and away for ball one, trying to keep it away from Cowley here, not trying to give him anything too easy. And as you mentioned about that runner moved over, brilliant out of McMurray. They don't talk about that enough. RMOs are so key in baseball. As Cowley lifts this one up deep into left center, it's going back. And it goes just at the warning track and off the wall. Connor Bradshaw will easily score. And Drew Cowley gets things going here. Another double, 2 doubles to start off this inning for the Saints. And we're up 1-0 here in the first inning.
Yep, and that's just a great piece of hitting. Drew Cowley, this man does not stop. Goes the other way just like Bradshaw did, taking the fastball to the opposite field. And again, just missing a home run as it bounces off the field. If that's to right field, that's definitely gone, with left field being the deepest part of the ballpark. But a great piece of hitting by Cowley, and the Saints have an early 1-0 lead.
Cowley just electric so far this season, as I said, and make that 9 doubles on the season so far as well, Jarrett. He leads the team by far in that stat. Now up, Peyton Lewis. So he takes strike one.
And Lewis is a guy they still got to get going. Obviously, 14 RBIs, tied with Cowden for the lead. And they have him in this cleanup spot. They like to leave him there. He was 1 for 4 yesterday with another RBI, but only hitting 196. Want to start getting some hits going. He's a good situational hitter. Will hit the sac fly when needed, get runs in, as you see in his 14 RBIs. But trying to get a few hits together for him, see if he can get hot.
Lewis, as you were saying, really seems like a guy who can do a lot. The numbers don't really show it, but the RBIs do for sure, as you mentioned, tied with Cowden. They also got to leave him alone up there. He's been hit 5 times so far this season, the most out of any Saints player. The 0-2 to Lewis. Chopper right back up the middle, and that's going to get through. See if Cowley's going to come around and score, and he will score easily. The Saints have quickly made it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning, courtesy of a Drew Cowley double and now a Peyton Lewis single.
Yep, and that's exactly what I needed. It wasn't the hardest hit ball by Lewis, but a great job waiting for it, driving it right up the middle for base hit. And this is something that can get Lewis going as he drives in his 15th run, now leads the team. And hopefully this will get something going and get a few hits.
I think that's a common misconception, Jarrett, that your cleanup guy, your number 4 guy, has to be all power. He has to do something that's going to electrify this crowd. In my eyes, the number 4 guy is one of your most consistent hitters. He's going to be the guy that drives in the runs, especially when you get those first couple guys to start off an inning. And that's exactly what Peyton Lewis does there. He delivers.
And how about the Saints scoring 13 runs last night? A lot of times you see a team get all their runs in one night, you just can't hit the next. Not wasting any time adding 2 more here in the first. We know the Saints have a deep lineup, and they're showing it again right here.
These are college guys out here, Jarrett. They got a lot of stamina, but still got to give it to them. 5 hours is no candy walk, and they're out here. They're still playing, and they're giving it their all here, trying to get this win streak going yet again. As we mentioned, they won yesterday. That was the first time after losing to the Blues on Saturday, and now they'll try to get this homestand going and get another win streak, as Jarrett mentioned, like they did last week. Brandon Boning, 0-1 the count. Another pickoff move, keeping Peyton Lewis very close at first base.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive the Saints are today with a lefty on the mound.
Boning leads the team in strikeouts. We mentioned the strikeout bug caught him after the Palm Springs Power Series over that weekend, and since then, he's starting to get things going yet again. He's back up almost to 200 as he misses on that one. And the slider there, nice slider out of Chase Chapman for 0-2.
Yeah, Boning had a few good games. Last week against Orange County and Saturday at the Blues, had a couple hits. Starting to see the ball a little better, moving up in the lineup. And obviously his defense has been on full display of brilliance, as it has been all season.
0-2 misses low. And as you said, Jared, he spoke with us about his defense a couple of games ago and how he really prides himself in his defensive efficiency, and we've been able to see it out there on the field. I think even Cowley has taken some notes from him. We saw him make a really good dig when Cowley had that start last Thursday at short. He's been really educating some of these guys and being a real mentor for this team. 1-2 swung on and missed, and that'll be the 18th strikeout of the season for Brandon Boning and the second out here of the first inning. That'll bring up Josh Cowden to the plate. We've been missing Josh Cowden. He had a couple days off last week. Now finally getting his swing back in this lineup, and
He came back with a bang. He was 2 for 3 yesterday. Drove in 5 runs, and he walked 4 times. And he's been a little bit in a slow patch before yesterday's game. Yesterday definitely broke out of it. Let's see if he can follow it with another good game today.
and sometimes that all it takes is one, Jared, to really get you going. And I think last night is the game that's going to really start things for Josh Cowden.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not even a big game like yesterday to get it going. Sometimes it's a walk. Sometimes it's a bloop base hit. You just need to see something fall, see something go your way, and then you can start seeing a lot of things go your way. And Cowden at the Blues had a nice walk.
Just really gives you the confidence. You start to trust yourself more again, trust your swing, and that's really all you got to do.
But he goes down
Cowden,
swinging there.
unfortunately, trusting the swing a little too much. He'll go down swinging, and that'll be it for the Saints in the first inning, but the damage has been done. 2 doubles and a single, 2 RBIs, and 1 runner left on base as your Saints are up 2-0 at the end of 1. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. We're back here in the top of the second inning. Due up for the Barons, Jalen Williams, Jordan Williams, and Nicholas Malbrough. 2 of the Williams triplets here that we are fortunate enough to see. And Merrick Sears will start off. Nice chopper up the middle. Jackson Cobb there. Can he get the throw off?
Oh,
Just beat it out. Jalen Williams with the wheels. The RBI leader for the Barons at 5 RBIs. Now earns the leadoff hit for the Barons and has a chance to score himself.
a good effort there by Cobb. Ball was hit just a little weakly. Needed a bit of a stronger throw. And yeah, Merrick Sears he had a 1-2-3 inning last Friday in his last outing against the Riptide, and then coughed up a few hits in the second. Let's see. Hopefully he can change that this outing with another good first inning, only the hit by pitch. See if he can get a ground ball here, get a double play from Jordan Williams, the left fielder.
And you know Sears would love a double play. Saints only able to get 1 double play last time as this is a bunt right up the first base line. The speed, he's out. Just gets Jordan Williams. He had wheels coming down that first base line, as I was just about to mention. Jordan Williams, the stolen base leader with 5 stolen bases for the Barons. And you could see why with that speed.
Yeah, it was a beautiful bunt by Williams. Made a difficult play. Sears, not enough speed to get over to first, but a great job by Cobb at second. Running over and covering first with a flip from March, and they got him just by a step.
Really heads-up play out of Cobb, and just what you want to see out of a guy who struggled a little bit defensively over at second base. Now starting to get it back together here. Almost made a great play to start off this inning, and really heads-up play for the second batter in Jordan Williams. Nonetheless, the runner moved over. Jalen Williams at second, 1 out here, and Nicholas Malbrough up at the plate. Malbrough leads the team in doubles with 2. We'll be hoping to hit one here. The 1-0. Swung on and missed, strike one.
Yeah, Sears not a big strikeout guy. Has 13 strikeouts in 15 and a third innings pitched. Will get the occasional punch out, but not his go-to. Pitches to contact, and his defense can make the plays. Could be a strong outing from Sears.
Seems outside of the likes of Sonduck and Richardson that a lot of these pitchers average about a strikeout an inning. That's fired in there, strike two.
Yeah, not everyone makes people swing and miss like Sonduck does.
That's not always a bad thing for a lot of these pitchers. A lot of them rely on the contact and getting pop-ups, and that really is effective in terms of keeping your pitch count low. That's a little bloop out in the right field. Peyton Lewis there, and he will make the catch. Runner will not advance from second as Cowley is there to back up Boning on a bit of a miscue there, and that is the second out here of the top of the second inning.
Yeah, good pitch by Sears on the outer part of the plate, and all Malbrook can do is poke it out to right, a routine fly ball for Lewis. And now with 2 outs, runner on second, if Sears can get Gonzalez, he'll strand that runner on second.
Alec Gonzalez, the third baseman for the Barons, leads the team in hits at 9. He also has one of the higher batting averages on the team at .310, putting him in the top 3 for the squad.
Yeah, one of only a few hitting above 300 for the Barons. Their lineup's kind of been a weak part of their team so far in this 10-game season for them.
Barons a very defensive team, like Jarrett's saying. Definitely doesn't get it done with their bats.
And that's why it's a good outing. We were talking before the game. Interested to see Sears out here after he's got his 4-day rest, but starting before his second game straight before the likes of Steyer and Andros getting their turn in the rotation. Likely see them later this week. But a good outing for Sears, bouncing back from his last outing where he got roughed up a little bit. This is a good team to have him gain some confidence and hopefully attack early.
Yeah, we haven't seen Steyer in a week. It would make sense for him to go tonight, since last Wednesday was his last outing against the Santa Barbara Foresters.
And Steyer did really good, and we got 2 games with Santa Barbara the next 2 days, so it makes you wonder if it's a matchup thing that Coach Aaron Milam's looking for.
Very possible, as back-to-back games here, and nice pitch by Sears. Good on him on the 0-2, fires outside for ball 1. Foresters, as we mentioned, are just ahead of the Saints, so you want to utilize your pitching and utilize the matchup there, and that's something that head coach Aaron Milam has definitely thought about. And apologies for those of you listening in. We had some technical difficulties with our feed, but we are back here in the bottom of the second inning. Saints have a 2-1 lead, and Tanner Lindsley will be up at the plate.
Yeah, Tanner Lindsley still trying to get going offensively. He's been fantastic defensively. Been the best defensive catcher for the Saints this year, but only hitting .083. The lefty-lefty matchup, see if he can get going here today. Quickly ahead in the count 2-0.
The 2-0 pitch from Chapman. Fires in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Chapman looking for a better second inning. 2 runs in the first. 3 hits, including 2 doubles from Bradshaw and Cowley. Both of them came around to score. Getting the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Saints this inning.
Seemed to find his stride with Boning and Cowden, getting both of them on good fastballs swinging.
Yeah, I was about to say, struck out the final 2 in the first. But now behind Lindsey, 3-1. And again, this goes the same thing as Sears attacking Williams last inning is Lindsey's hitting .083. And if you're Chapman, you got to just attack him. If he hits you. But make him earn it. For a guy hitting .083 and he's behind 3-1, see if he can come back. See if Lindsey can take advantage of it.
3-1 chopper to second base. Nicholas Marlborough able to throw it over and get the first out over to Jalen Williams at first.
Yeah, good bounce back pitch by Chapman. And Lindsey, we've seen a lot of that, Lindsey, a lot of rollovers of second and first. And there's another one there for out number 1 here in the second.
And the struggles continue for Tanner Lindsley, falling even lower and lower down on that below the Mendoza line and just hitting probably around .08 now. Blake Marsh now up to the plate. He takes first pitch, just catching the outside corner, strike one.
Another guy the Saints want to get going. Marsh, one of the only few not to join the hit parade yesterday. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, and he's down to 161. Playing time a little bit less than now that McMurray's stayed hot, getting a lot of playing time at first. Marsh in there today, like he was yesterday. See if he can get some confidence going.
Marsh, as we've seen, just a couple of mishaps, slipping around third for the game-tying run against Conejo Oaks, had a couple of errors. So he takes strike 2 there, and just seems like he's having a little trouble getting his game going here in the summer. It's understandable. In a new state, you got to adjust a little bit, and it takes longer for some guys than others.
And at the beginning of the season, Marsh was impressive, good contact.
Ooh, a strike 3 looking, a dirty curveball. Gosh, that was wicked out of Chase Chapman. Rings up Blake Marsh and gets the second out. Third strikeout by Chase Chapman here in the second inning.
Yeah, it was a beautiful curveball. Nothing Marsh could even do, even if he wanted to swing at that. There's nothing he's going to be able to do. Right on the lower bottom corner.
With that north to south movement starting right at your shoulders, you think it's going to sit up there, it's looking fastball, and then it just drops right below the waist. The hardest pitches to hit.
And that'll bring up Cobb. Cobb's been good.
Jackson Cobb.
Got the day off yesterday.
Day off yesterday. Good all-around hitter. Hitting .267 this season. Second in games played. A very familiar face for the Saints. Has started all but 3 games thus far.
I would say he got a day off yesterday. Not something he's accustomed to. Pretty much out there every day at second for the Saints, and as he should be.
It's weird. A day off for that guy is more uncomfortable than a day in as he chops this one up to second. Fielded cleanly by Nicholas Malbrough. And that'll be it for the Saints in the bottom of the second. 3 up, 3 down. But the Saints still lead 2-1 heading into the top of the third inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Attention, California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. And in terms of MLB Academy, we got them right here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. We'll be seeing a lot of these players, I'm sure, on the 14th. Be seeing a lot of familiar faces, so make sure you catch that game just a week out now, a week from today. As Sears keeping tempo. Start this inning off very quick. Barely lets the batter get into the box. Batter here that will be starting things off is Julian Boyd for the Barons. And good on Sears, commanding this game and keeping his tempo, going fast, not giving him a chance to settle in.
Yeah, Sears got his first strikeout of Vasile Williams to end the second inning. See if we can carry the momentum here in the third. Saints got put down 1-2-3. Look It'll be nice for Sears to get it here.
1-1 pitch is drilled out into right center. Peyton Lewis on the run, and that's going to drop right in between Lewis and Bradshaw. Going for second is Boyd, and he will stand up and make it in safely to lead off the third with a double.
Yeah, there's that speed again for the Barons. Not a high average team, but a lot of speed for them. And Boyd with a hustle double there. Honestly, a ball just hit right in between center right. Not much Lewis or Bradshaw could do, and it falls in between them. And Boyd gets all the way to second here with nobody out as the Barons try to tie this game.
Hopefully not much to fear as Sears succeeded against the first three batters of this Barons lineup the first time around. Comet Brown did get on via a single, but was quickly picked off by elite work by Merrick Sears. Back to Julian Boyd, a good all-around hitter for the team. Leads in RBIs with 5, tied with Jalen Williams. Second in runs at 5 as well, and unfortunately is also the strikeout leader at 14, so good on him to get a double there. 1-0 pitch to Kamayu Neighbors. Slider, strike one. 1-1 the count. Neighbors flied out to center field to Bradshaw, his first time up. The 1-1 pitch. Catches the knees. Nice fastball. Strike two.
Yeah, and Sears hasn't really had the punch-out pitch here in this game so far. I'll be interested to see what he does. He's had 2 strikes on a few batters, only able to put one away via fastball. Let's see if he goes back to a fastball or decides to go to an off-speed.
Key thing here for Sears is just to get a runner out without allowing any runs. You get the first out right here, just a runner on second. That'll build a lot of confidence for Sears. At 1-2, hits the dirt, almost hits Kamayu, but be ball 2.
Yeah, it was the curved ball, and it wasn't very close. Neighbors never thought about swinging at it, and now they have an even count here. See if he sets up the fastball high. Try to get Neighbors to chase it.
And that's what really makes you an elite pitcher, Jarrett, is missing in the right spot, getting that perfect pitch that looks like it's tempting enough to hit. And that one sure looked tempting enough as that fastball just misses the outside corner for ball 3, full count.
Yeah, absolutely. You obviously want to miss in the dirt, something like that he did with the curveball, then hang that curveball right down the middle. Like you said, missing outside, missing for a ball is different than missing for a strike. He needs a strike here, though.
Another nice move, a good spaghetti move at Merrick Sears. Almost gets Boyd slipping at second.
Yeah, but no one really covering. Boning's still slow over.
Got to imagine if Boning was there, maybe if he had given the sign beforehand, that would have been another clean pickoff for Merrick Sears. The 3-2 pitch. Kamayu drills this out into center field. Bradshaw going to be there. Boyd coming around third to score, and he will score to tie this ball game up. Good backup at Merrick Sears, but Kamayu Neighbors will have a stand-up double by the overthrow, and we have a tie ball game here, 2-2, out of the nice single, now double by Kamayu Neighbors.
An absolute great base running by Julian Boyd on second. Right when that ball was hit, he got a great read on it and took off as soon as he knows it. Nothing Bradshaw can do. Then the overthrow, allowing Neighbors to take second. So Neighbors gets his first hit, a single here, and then advances to second on the throw. And now the Barons have the go-ahead run on second, and they quickly eliminate an early 2-0 lead for the Saints.
That'll bring up Comet Brown, the shortstop for the Barons, with still nobody out here. Runner on second. Brown credited for a single his first time up.
Brown got hit his first time up, hit by pitch.
Hit by a pitch his first time up, excuse me. Did reach via the first pass.
But then he got picked off. Sears need to try to get out of this. A double and a single to start inning number 3. And like I said, it was another first inning, only faced 3 batters just like the Riptide last Friday. But then he gets to the second inning, the middle of the order, starts to get hit around a little bit.
Missing outside again there for ball 2. And hopefully the witching hour is not approaching on Merrick Sears. We know that as he starts to get to that middle of the second, third time around, he starts to give up a couple of those runs. And like to see Sears be able to go at least 4, maybe 5 innings in this ball game.
Yeah, especially he's pumped to strike there. After having a game go 13 innings the night before, using maybe a little bit more arms than Aaron Milam wanted to. But obviously, like you said, these college kids, they can throw. They'll be all right. But obviously, with games, 4 straight days.
It's a lot on these guys to have to do no matter what level they're in.
They have to have 6 straight games going through the weekend.
A 2-1 pitch misses low to commit Brown for ball 3. A hitter's count for Brown.
It does look like this home plate umpire is squeezing Sears a little bit. A little bit of a small zone. Sears yet to walk someone. Like I said, hit Brown his last time, but that was it. Every other base runner via a hit.
And a foul ball there, trailing down the right field line. Still good on Sears, commanding this tempo, not letting the runs get to him. He's only allowed 2 thus far in 3. He's gotten the run support that we've been mentioning. Now he's got to keep the Saints in this game and keep it a tie ball game here in the top of the 3rd.
Well, like we said, Sears, he's going to allow his runs. He's not going to shut out every team he faces. But with the Saints lineup, that should give him confidence. Give him a quality start. Give him 5 innings. He misses ball 4 there. Give him 5 innings, 3 runs, and that's a start that Aaron Milam and the Saints will take because they know their lineup's capable of scoring 5+ runs. But right now, he needs to worry about getting the first out here in the 3rd inning.
And it seems that magic number is always 5 for these Saints if the pitchers are able to keep that run scoring total very low, and they've been able to do so. Right around 4 is the average number of runs that the Saints have been giving up so far this season. Very manageable for head coach Aaron Milam, but 2 free passes to Komet Brown in his 2 times up gives the Barons first and second with nobody out and brings James Williams up to the plate. Williams grounded out to first. His first time up shows bunt. Pulls back, but strike 1.
Yeah, first pitch curveball from Sears, though. I like it, mixing it up. So Williams showing bunt. Trying to get those runners over. See if he does it again now. 0-1 count. And let's see if Sears goes back to the curveball.
Shows bunt yet again. Williams lays
Good
down a
bunt.
perfect bunt. Sears having to throw to first.
Good
and
throw.
we'll make an easy throw over there. Good throw, as we talked about. Can be very challenging for some of these pitchers to make a routine throw like that. Having thrown off the mound, and it disrupts the overall mechanics. Can send one way over the first baseman's head, and it's not very likely. Good on Sears to make a nice throw there to retire the first out of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, they'll bring up Jalen Williams now. He singled his last time and came around to score the Barons' first run. Looking to do that here as he has a chance to drive in the 3rd and 4th run of the game for the Barons and give them their first lead of the night. Here in the top of inning number 3.
Both of the cleanup guys able to do something. Started off with a nice single for both the Saints and the Barons as Williams takes off speed for strike 1.
Jalen Williams trying to add to his tie for team lead in the RBIs. He's got 5 of them. Trying to get number 6 and 7 here.
Sears off to a good start. The 0-1 pitch. This is low, the fastball for ball 1. Sears mixing up his pitches very well. We've seen a lot of off speed. We've seen him set up the fastball for some payoff pitches. We've seen one of them for a strikeout. Good on Sears, keeping him guessing. Making sure they don't get a hold of his tempo. He's been changing that up as well. Williams fouls that back for strike 2.
Yeah, Jalen Williams was 1 for 4 with an RBI last time these teams played. Back on June 25th. Sears definitely looking for a strikeout here.
Sears has reached the amount of innings worked he did last time against the Riptide that he pitched, 3 1/3. Has done a lot better in his run totals. Up to this point, he had allowed 5 runs on Friday night. Now he's only allowed 2 here. Same amount of time.
Beautiful.
Swung on and missed. Another beautiful curveball. Gets Sears his 2nd strikeout of the game, and that could not have come at a more perfect time with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. Now just a nice ground ball could get the Saints out of this inning.
Absolutely big out there for Sears on Williams. With a beautiful curveball, get him swinging. A big strikeout. Now he has a chance to leave those go-ahead runners on second and third if he can just get Jordan Williams here.
This is a very dangerous Jordan Williams in the 5 spot. Man is fast as molasses and has 5 stolen bases on this season and 34 at-bats, the most out of anyone. And that's a nice little chopper. And good on Sears to tell Cowley over there to let it go foul. And that'll be strike number 1 on Jordan Williams.
Yeah, they weren't going to get Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams with speed. We saw him try to lay down a bunt last time.
Nearly.
He did lay down a bunt last time. And was beaten by a step. So there's no chance Cali was getting him there. Infielders will have to be on their toes and have to be quick. As any type of bobble or slow reaction, Williams will beat it out.
Williams out there in left field was courtesy of the big Cowley bomb that was sent his way, as well as Connor Bradshaw's.
That curveball's a little inconsistent so far from Sears. You'll see a few beautiful ones that drop in at the knees, and a few that get away from them.
Something he's definitely working on in the summer. So it's a really good curveball. Has great north to south movement. Can really fool a lot of hitters if he puts it in the right location. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball just misses the outside corner. Ball 2. As you're saying, Jared, it seems that this strike zone is very tight. Not getting anything on the inside and outside corners. Having to keep it really tight in that zone. A lot of flies here in Pasadena. It's a hot summer Wednesday night. 2-1, lifted up into center field. Connor Bradshaw camps underneath it. And that'll be the end of the top of the 3rd inning. 2 runners left on for the Barons, but they end up tying this game up at 2 as we head into the bottom of the 3rd. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. We're back here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field and back to the top of the lineup for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Connor Bradshaw doubled his first time up and was a rocket hot start to this ball game. Was a part of the first couple of runs to come in for the Saints and the only 2 that we've seen scored.
Yeah, after a couple long innings for Sears, Saints could really use a long inning themselves offensively, and Bradshaw, McMurray, Cali are the guys that do it. So they did in the first inning. Bringing 6 batters to the plate, and let's see if Bradshaw can get things going here again in the 3rd.
Chase Chapman has done a great job so far for the Barons, keeping this game close, and we're back out on the mound for him here. 2 quick pitches, missing low. And Bradshaw has a hitter's count at 2-0.
Yeah, 3 hits within the first 4 batters of the game for the Saints. 5 straight retired for Chapman since. See if Bradshaw can end that streak.
As he pops this one up to left field. And Jordan Williams is there to make the catch. And that'll be the first out retired here for the Saints in the bottom of the 3rd inning, which brings up Jake McMurray. He grounded out his first time up.
6 straight retired now for Chapman. It's really settled in nicely since the rough first inning.
Now batting for the Saints, number 2, Jake McMurray.
McMurray hitting 306 on the year.
So we go inside the numbers on Jake McMurray. 306 average, 4 runs on the season, 7 runs batted in, and as we mentioned, the least amount of strikeouts at 4. Takes the 1-0 and chops it over to center. Excuse me, that's a shortstop missing the ball over there. And Jake McMurray will reach safely here with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The shortstop there, Komet Brown, unable to come up with that one for the Barons.
Yeah, I'm going to rule that a hit for McMurray. Difficult play. Even if he picks it, McMurray flying down the line. Don't know if he beats it out.
A hard chopper to judge there. I'm with you, Jared. Give him a hit on that one.
McMurray will reach first with 1 out now for Cali.
Just the man you want, Cali. Hitting a nice double into left center his last time up and hoping to drive in a run here with another big hit.
It's almost getting to the point of where do we even pitch Cali at this point? Do we pitch to him? Like, if there's no runners on here, put him on, right? I mean, it's getting to the point where he's just hitting off of anyone, hitting it all over the field. He's pulling balls, going the other way, showing power to both sides. He's just been phenomenal for the Saints.
And that's always the big question, right? Do you pitch to guys like Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, all these guys that are electric hitters? It's tough pitching to them in the major leagues, and you got to imagine it's the same kind of vibe here in college baseball. And a guy like Drew Cali is red hot. I'd put him on first. That was another coach on the other side, especially with just 1 out here. Still leaves the double play option available. Nonetheless, 1-1 the count to Drew Cali. Pitcher Chapman keeping McMurray close.
You have to see a base runner attempt to steal. So far this game for either team. Saints very aggressive. McMurray a decent lead. Obviously 2 lefties on the mound.
This 1-1 pitch catches the knees for strike 2. A curious call. We haven't seen that yet from the ump today. It's a little bit too inside to get that call, but nonetheless, we got a 1-2 count. The 1-2 to Cali. That was a nice curveball off there. Stay alive.
Yeah, right back towards us.
Little chin music. Nobody wants to be Sleepy Hollow out there. We've had a couple of close calls. Couple of heads taken off so far in this ball game. We gotta stay safe out here, Jarrett. That's why we got this big old fence in front of us.
See if McMurray takes off here. A little bit of a lead.
1-2. Murray stays put. That ball misses low for ball 2. Cali fighting. Even 2-2 count.
Yeah, Cali not an easy person to put away. Doesn't strike out a lot. Chapman has 3 Ks so far. This would be a big one of Cali. Peyton Lewis on deck.
The 2-2 to Cali. Curveball gets him standing there. Strike 3 call and the 4th strikeout of the game for Chase Chapman. Now have 2 retired here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and that'll bring up a cleanup by Peyton Lewis.
Yeah, beautiful curveball. Cali looking fastball was just frozen the entire time. Couldn't pull the trigger. And a big strikeout there for Chapman. Now he's an out of way of getting out of this inning with Peyton Lewis, who had an RBI single his last time. See if that get a string of hits for Lewis here, who's been struggling to really stay consistent offensively. He'll get a hit every now and then, but then goes through a little bit of a slump. So he takes strike 1.
Chapman really feeling his curveball in this ball game. Starts off first pitch curve right there, and a good start to Peyton Lewis. As we mentioned, singled his first time up. Chapman making sure it doesn't happen, and McMurray takes off. The throw behind the plate, not in time. That's going to get to center. McMurray's going to go over to third, and that throw will not be made. McMurray gets his way over to third base off of a bad throw by catcher James Williams, and the Saints have an opportunity here with 2 outs and Peyton Lewis with a 1-1 count.
Fantastic jump by McMurray. He had the bag stolen no matter what besides the throw. Fantastic jump. We saw him dancing around. I was wondering when he was going to go. And now he's only 90 feet away here. Lewis can get another single like he did last time. Saints would retake the lead.
Couple of stolen bases for the Saints here in the 3rd inning as Lewis takes another curveball in there for strike 2.
Looks like the Saints are a little timid swinging at the curveball. Obviously attacking the fastballs early. It's where they got the first few hits from. But that curveball, they're having trouble getting the bat off the shoulders. See if he goes back to it here, Chapman.
1-2, could be expecting the curve. Goes fastball, misses outside. And I think you're right, Jared. It seems that they're trying to get their timing down on these curveballs on the off speed, just unable to do so. Maybe trying to wait for their pitch, but you got to start swinging at these curveballs. You can't just stand there and look at them as they get thrown right down the middle.
Let's see, 2 strikes again after the fastball if he goes to it.
Deuces are wild.
There it is, and he could not swing.
Curveball gets him standing there yet again, and that's going to be now another strikeout for Chase Chapman, as that'll be it for us in the 3rd inning. Saints leave a runner on, unable to get him home, and we're tied at 2. We welcome you back to the action live at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. Due up for the Barons, Nicholas Malbrough, Alec Gonzalez, and Basiel Williams. Sears able to handle these 3 pretty well the last time up. Gonzalez singled. Malbrough flied out to right as he chops this one to shortstop Brandon Boning. Long throw over to first in time, able to retire the first man for the Barons in the 4th inning.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out for Sears, and a big inning for him. I really think he needs a nice 1-2-3. Quick inning, get the bats back going. Beautiful play by Boney. Makes that look so easy, but that throw it's a long ways away. Running the opposite way, having to stop and fire a cannon. He made it look easy in 1 pitch. Sears has his first out.
Talk about elite defending, and we also talked about his defensive efficiency, and the ones that are the best at it just make those look so easy, as you said, Jared. Nice curveball out of Sears to get the first strike on batter Alec Gonzalez, 1-1.
We've seen a few beautiful curveballs from Sears. Obviously, we've seen a lot from Chapman. That's been his best pitch today. From Sears, I said sometimes he's had trouble locating it, but he's had a few that dropped right in there. And that's a striker as well, 1-2.
Nice pitch there. Definitely got the batter to go around. Not sure why the ump had to look over, but the quick 1-2 pitch, curveball, just able to get a piece of it on the check swing. And Sears laughs that one off. Sears is going rapid tempo right now. He does not want these batters to get set at all.
Yeah,
loving the pace.
Alec Gonzalez, RBI singles last time, had 2 hits off Sears. First time these teams played with each other as well. So a little bit of a tough man. And just like last at bat, Sears had him with 2 strikes, but failed to put him away. A foul ball and another ball. And like you said, Sears working fast here. Here's another one. And that one just misses. And just like that, Gonzalez worked it to a full count.
Sears not giving us a chance to breathe,
I
Jared.
can't even finish my sentence with the next pitch was thrown.
We're trying to. Sears is just going fast tempo. I'm loving it. Shakes it off real quick. The 3-2 pitch. Shot into center field. Connor Bradshaw going to have to move very far. And able to camp under it for the catch. Had to track a long distance. Wondered if Boning or Cobb was going to call him off there, but good on Bradshaw. He had the right read, and he was there to retire the second batter for the Saints here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, late jump for Bradshaw, and then when he was running in, looked like he was looking at Cobb to take it. I didn't know who was going to get it in a weird, awkward way to catch it, but Sears will take it as he works fast here, and chopper to Boney, a chance for a quick 1-2-3 inning.
And is able to do it. 2 ground balls to Boning and a fly ball to center, and that's all she wrote for the Barons in the top of the 4th inning. 3 up, 3 down, and the Saints are back up here in the bottom of the 4th inning, tied at 2. Back to the action here at Jackie Robinson Memorial Field. A pitching change. Chase Chapman's day is done. 3 innings of work, 4 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, and 2 earned runs.
Yeah, new pitcher will be Eldridge Armstrong from San Diego State University. To start the 4th, he'll get Boning, Cowden, and Lindsley. Start the inning. Shout out to Tommy with the good tunes in between innings.
Tommy always got good tunes off the ox. Never disappoints. The 1-0 pitch.
Absolutely. It makes it really a ball game experience. Being at stadiums, good tunes, fun games in between innings.
Love is in the details, Jarrett, and whenever everything comes together, it really, like you're saying, makes it a full-on experience. 2-0 pitch misses low, and that'll be 3 quick balls to Brandon Boning.
And that's obviously not what you want straight out of the bullpen for Armstrong. Boning, I'm sure, will be taking here. No reason to swing. And he does take, and there's his first strike.
Good first strike needed there from Armstrong. Boning with the hitter's count. 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Quick tempo from Armstrong. The 3-1. Smack down the third base line, just foul. Boning unfortunate there. That could have been extra bases.
And it looks like Boning snapped his bat, not his back.
Definitely don't want that to be his back. That would be a very
That'd be a lot worse than the bat, yeah. Bat's a little more replaceable than a back.
That's just a quick change. Nothing to worry about. It must have been the lucky wristband, rubber band that Brandon Boning wears. He wears a lucky rubber band for superstition, Jared, and maybe something saving him there. The 3-2 pitch. Chopped up back to the second baseman. A
Nice
nice
play.
play by Nicholas Marlborough, and that will retire Brandon Boning.
Yeah, beautiful play by Marlborough at second. On the backhand, goes to a knee. Gets a little dirty on the pants, but fires a throw for out number 1.
And a great job by Armstrong. Battling back, started off 3-0, coming in from the bullpen, battled to a 3-2, and able to get Brandon Boning to roll over and ground up to the second baseman.
Yeah, we've seen what the Saints have done all season with leadoff walks, and that's not what we want to do if you're Armstrong. So like you said, good job battling back. And Cowden, he struck out his first time as well.
Cowden takes that curveball in strong effect here tonight from these Barron pitchers. The Saints unable to have an answer for them yet.
Cowden, a.k.a. the Milkman, likes to get his hits in bunches. Seems like when he's going, he's going. This one out to center.
And it's going to be Julian Boyd out there to make the grab. 2 quick outs for Armstrong here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that'll bring the big man, Tanner Lindsley, up to the plate. Lindsley, 6'4", 220. Has a brother who plays for the Nationals. Big name to live up to, and so far has had trouble doing so.
Yeah, Lindsley, one of 2 from Oral Roberts University. McMurray, the DH tonight, also from there.
Quick tempo continues from Armstrong. He fires inside on the off speed, ball 1. Great job out of both teams tonight, really mixing up their pitches. We've seen a lot of curveballs that the Saints have been unable to get a hold of, but good arsenal from both of these pitching staffs as that's chopped back to the catcher for strike 2. It's going to be strike 1 now. 1-1 the count to Tanner Lindsley.
Yeah, good cut by Lindsley. One thing I want to see at Lindsley, it seems like he sometimes gets a little pull happy. Like to see him go the other way, drive it to center.
The only man we've really seen get a grasp of center, that pull to center, has been Connor Bradshaw, as we've noted. Has hit 3 home runs, all to dead center. Really keeps that ball to that 364 mark, one of the easiest spots to hit it out in this ballpark. 2-1 pitch, lifted up, just down the third base line. And Alec Gonzalez will be there to make the catch. Saints go down in order for the second time of this ball game, 1-2-3. And we're headed to the top of the 5th inning. Talk about tempo. We're flying so far through this game. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. The Tunes continue to impress over Jackie Robinson Memorial. Another great song heading into the top of the 5th inning. Merrick Sears still on the bump, keeping his tempo going and firing a first pitch strike as he's done most of tonight. Hoping for another 1-2-3 inning. Due up Julian Boyd Keamu Neighbors and Kemet Brown.
Yeah, Boyd got it started in the third inning with a double,
Shows bunt there, but able to pull back for ball one.
in which the Barons stranded the go-ahead runs on second and third, had him with one out. Sears did a good job with a strikeout and a fly out to get out of that. Boyd, not someone he wants to put on base, got speed. Always looking to take that extra base. A walk or a single can easily turn into a double thanks to his wheels.
2-1 pitch. This is inside. 3-1, and as you were saying, Boyd with the wheels, but also a bit of a strikeout magnet, leads the team at 14 strikeouts, and with a 3-1 count, Sears is going to try to battle back to get one. Popped up down the third base line, very, very high. Cowden able to camp underneath it, see it, and make the catch to retire the first batter here in the top of the fifth inning.
And that's 7 straight retired from Eric Sears. We're starting to settle down a little bit. As we said, he's in the 5th inning now. Something Milam wants to see him go a few more innings than, say, normal because of the 13-inning game yesterday, using maybe an extra arm or two than the head coach Milam wanted to.
And you got to imagine that Aaron Milam is really keeping an eye on Sears here in the 5th inning. This is seemingly when a lot of bad things start to happen for the Saints. Pitchers get a little tired, especially if you have a starter going this long. Seems to be kind of questionable, and hopefully the Saints are able to make it through this 5th unscathed. Quick 2 pitches and an even count at 1-1 to Keamu Neighbors.
He singled his last time up.
Chops it over Brandon Boning. Boning fields it easily. He's just an automatic machine over there at shortstop today, and is able to retire the second out for the Saints here in the top of the 5th. It's the 3rd such play that we've seen Brandon Boning make in this ball game, and he's been on top of his defense tonight. I will bring up Kemet Brown. He's got a free pass every single time. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and was walked in the 3rd.
Yeah, Brown getting on base percentage up. But it seems like he's facing a different Merrick Sears now. He was the last batter to reach against Sears via walk in the 3rd inning. Since then, every one of his teammates in the lineup has been sent down.
This tempo is just outstanding, Jared. I'm going to keep bringing it up. He's fired real quick, 2 quick pitches, and now 0-2.
Yeah, it's a different tempo of the last 2 innings than it was the first 3. Working a lot quicker, not letting him get ready, and right now it's working.
And a strike 3 call gets him out of the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning out of Merrick Sears. He was able to do it in the 1st. Now, here in the 5th, just what he needed. A 1-2-3. See you later for the Barons as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning, still tied at 2. Still a tie ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for the Saints, Blake Marsh, Jackson Cobb, and back to the top of the order with Connor Bradshaw. Eldridge Armstrong still on the mound here for the Barons for his 2nd inning of work. Did a very nice job, a 1-2-3 inning for him as Blake Marsh starts it off with a nice chopper to first. Armstrong able to get over there and make a quick play to retire Marsh off of 1 pitch.
Yeah, good hustle by Armstrong to dig over to first. to beat Blake March, and the last inning and a half, 2 innings of this game has been going by really quickly, and
Batting for the Saints,
it's looking like the
number
same
1,
here in the
Jackson.
bottom of the 5th as 1 pitch, 1 out.
Classic banana route, 3-1 ground ball, and Armstrong will look to maintain his tempo on the second batter of the inning, Jackson Cobb. Grounded out his first time up. Cobb takes inside for ball 1.
Yeah, this is something we saw last night's game. It was low scoring up until like the 7th inning, and then a bunch of runs between the Riptide and Saints late in the game. You wonder if maybe we'll be in store with something similar today, as it's 2-2 here in the 5th.
I think that bunch is an understatement, Jarrett. I mean, all those runs that were put on, it was a 3-1 ball game. All of a sudden, it's 11-11. So you're talking about 18 runs scored in a matter of 1-2 innings all of a sudden. We could be in store for some of that tonight. The 1-1 to Cobb. Fouled back. Make that 1-2.
Yeah, Cobb grounded out to second his first time up. Since the RBI single from Peyton Lewis in the first inning, only 1 hit from the Saints since. It was an infield hit from McMurray back in the 3rd. 3 of the 4 hits for the Saints tonight, all in inning number 1.
Definitely in a pitcher's duel tonight, Jarrett, with how these two pitchers in Armstrong and Sears have been heating up. The 1-2 to Cobb. Nearly hits him. This is inside for ball 2. Cobb, as you mentioned, still looking for his first hit of the ball game. So we go inside the numbers for Jackson Cobb. 267 average, 9 runs, 8 runs batted in, 8 walks, and 15 games played. Very familiar face as he chops this one up to first. Another banana route from Armstrong, and he's able to get there in time. Armstrong showing off the athleticism this inning for another 3-1 ground ball play.
Yeah, getting both lefties, Marsh and Cobb, to roll over to first. Having to hustle over to first. Not an easy play to catch and know where you're going to touch the base, and Armstrong's making him look easy with the hat falling off. 2 plays in a row.
There's too much swag out there. You could tell that Armstrong was paying attention during PFP practice this week, showing off that, Coach, I don't need to do this drill anymore. I know how to run to first.
That'll bring up Bradshaw.
Bradshaw 1 for 2 in this ball game. Got things going in the first with a leadoff double. Second time up, flied out to left. Seems to be going oppo today. Let's see if that trend continues.
That's what we've seen from Bradshaw. I really wish we could see like a spray sheet. You know, you see the major leagues, they have a spray sheet of where their hits are at. Because I can't recall one hit Bradshaw has where he pulls the ball. Everything seems to go to center field, to the opposite part of the field. And there's a reason he's second on the hitting. And if he keeps going with that approach, he's going to have a fantastic summer leading him back to his college ball at Pepperdine.
And you can tell just the way that the Barons are positioned. Julian Boyd playing a little bit more to the left of center field, as you mentioned. So we don't see, obviously, a lot of shifts in collegiate summer league baseball. But right here, we got Boyd playing to that oppo hit, trying to narrow the gap there in left field.
And the way Jackie Robinson Field is, it's almost a field you want a lefty to pull the ball.
As a swing and a miss there from Connor Bradshaw. Puts the Saints down in order in back-to-back innings. Obviously no runs, no hits for the Saints here as we're still tied at 2 going into the top of the 6th inning. Welcome you back here to the top of the 6th inning. Got a pitching change for the Saints. Merrick Sears' day is done. 5 innings of work, 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 hits batsman, 3 strikeouts, and 2 earned runs.
Yeah, very good outing for Sears. Unfortunately, won't be in line to get a win or a loss, but like I said at the beginning of the game, he consistently goes out there and pitches a winning ball game for the Saints, and he did that just today. A chance for them to win, only 2 runs as Hannon comes in. And
Tommy Anand gets things going here, the pitching change, and a drilled ball to start things off by James Williams, and that will retire the first out. A nice catch by Drew Cowley on that rocket shot.
Next up for the Barons.
That'll bring up Jalen Williams for the Barons. The Williams triplets getting featured here to start off this inning. No relation. Jalen Williams takes a fastball outside for ball 1. Williams 1 for 2 thus far today with a strikeout and a single back in the 2nd inning.
yeah, so far that strikeout.
Chopper up to Jackson Cobb.
Tricky
Fields it
bounce.
pretty cleanly. A high throw, and he is safe. Cobb taking a little bit of time there, throwing that ball over. A leisure throw, and that could cost him an out here, and it sure did. With the second batter on here for the Barons.
Yeah, it was a tricky hop. A great job by Cobb to stay with it as the ball looked like it was going to bounce out towards the chest, but it stayed low, and he fielded it. Then just a lazy throw to first is high. And thanks to the error, Williams is on first. The go-ahead run now with 1 out.
That seems to be a theme here with Cobb, as unfortunately he's had a few mishaps over at second base. We were talking about him turning around, but with that leisurely throw over to first base, he's going to need to lock in a little bit more and make sure those things don't happen. 0-1 now to Jordan Williams. 2 quick pitches and a pitcher's count here for Tommy Hanan. Makes it 0-2. Jordan Williams, as we mentioned, has a lot of speed. Attempted to bunt on his first time up. Williams 0 for 2 thus far. 0-2 pitch. Good piece of hitting down the left field line, just foul. Stick around for the bottom of the 6th inning as well. We'll be joined by Kyle Sonduck, who has had a very impressive start to his season. Sonduck, a very good middle relief pitcher that doesn't get talked about enough.
No, I'm not afraid to say it's been the best pitcher for the Saints this year. Not just because he hasn't allowed to run this year. I mean, that's a big part of it. But going out there, it just looks like he's just better than everyone he's facing. Striking everyone out. He's just been phenomenal. And definitely the go-to guy out of the bullpen for the Saints.
1-2 misses. Tanner Lindsley coming up firing. Will not be in time. Jalen Williams sliding safely into second for the first stolen base out of the Barons.
Williams won't get credited with the stolen base as the ball was in the dirt when he took off. As Lindsey will go talk to Hannon now with the runner in scoring position here, still 1 out.
Those are always so tough, Jared, because you never know if he was already going to go and then it was just a bad pitch and it falls low. Could get credit for it. It's just hard to kind of figure that out. Even count here to Jordan Williams. As we look to break this tie in the top of the 6th, the pitch fouled back, right back at us. Count will remain even at 2.
Tommy Hannon's been good for the Saints. Got hit a little bit against the Riptide last Friday. But overall has been really good this summer. Looking for a strikeout. Got it.
And there it is. A nice curveball there. Fools Jordan Williams. And that'll be the 3rd time that Williams will go down. First time swinging here. And Tommy's got the first 2 outs in the top of the 6th. I'll bring up Nicholas Marlborough.
Number 28, Nicholas Marlborough.
Yeah, Hannon trying to bail Cobb out for this error. Inning would have been over already. And like we said, Saints, a team that capitalizes on errors. See if the Barons can. Marbo's over 2 with the fly out and a ground out. Beautiful pitch there from Hannon.
And a nice slider, able to get that nice break from right to left. Great on a right-handed batter like Marlboro. 0-1. Fouled off right. Strike 2. Tommy Anand looking to get out of this unscathed in the top of the 6th to keep it tied at 2.
You know, it's a matter of time for the Saints bats can get a run.
Marlboro local.
They have the right guys coming up, 2, 3, and 4.
0-2. Popped up. Easy play for Blake Marsh. And that'll be it for the Barons in the top of the 6th. No damage done. They leave a runner on second. And we head into the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Attention, California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, make sure to use the social media hashtag CCLBaseball. We're back here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jake McMurray to lead things off as Kyle Sonduck makes his way on over to us for our bottom of the 6th inning interview. Gonna welcome him in right now.
What's up, guys? How are you doing?
How's it going, Kyle? Welcome, welcome. This is for you. We'll get you all situated. Oh yeah, I got you. It's full service here. You get what you pay for. All right. There we go. Let me turn you up here. You're on here with the Saints Radio Network. How you doing today, Kyle?
I'm good. I'm good.
Very good. We're here. The Saints are tied 2-2 in this ball game. 0-2 count to McMurray. Fires outside. Now, Kyle, you've been here. Obviously, now we're a quarter of the way through the season. Why did you choose the Saints, and why did you come here? And was there a little bit of some reinforcement from your coach, or a friend told you something? Why the Saints?
Yeah, my coaches, they told me California was an option, and my cousin's getting married in San Diego this summer, so I figured I'd come down Southern California, be able to go visit. Got a lot of family in San Diego, so.
There we go. Get to stay with your fam and enjoy baseball. Nothing better during the summer.
Yeah, nothing better.
How awesome is it, Kyle, that you get to come over, obviously from UTSA, with a college teammate in Chomko as well, to be able to play with him this summer as well?
Yeah, that's great. I think it's good for us going back to school, just getting to stay together, and then it was also good coming here, having someone I already knew.
And as that works in terms of chemistry, obviously, you're able to build up with a fellow pitcher. How is it going with the rest of the team, and how's the chemistry been moving as we're just about a quarter of the way, nearing the halfway point of the season?
I think it's going good. I think our chemistry was pretty good from the beginning, but I think 4th of July helped. We had a nice beach trip. Got to know each other a little better.
Tell me a little bit about that beach trip. I heard it got very fun. Maybe a little, you know, chilling out on the beach. It's very nice to enjoy some of the SoCal weather, not here in
Yeah.
Pasadena where it's super hot.
Yeah, the beach trip was definitely fun, but what happens at the beach stays at the beach. So.
That's what I figured.
Absolutely,
No, you
don't.
don't got to go into
Yeah,
any details.
yeah.
Just want to make sure it was good for the team and
Yeah,
it's great you got to
definitely
spend
good
some
for the
time
chemistry. Yeah,
away from all this heat. That's great.
yeah.
And it's cool being able to hang out with teammates, not just obviously on the ball field, but outside. Obviously, COVID prevented that. How did COVID affect you personally playing baseball? How did you stay warm, stay loose, be able to stay kind of in form going into the season?
So during COVID, I was pretty much home in Katy the whole time. I was just throwing every day, lifting every day. Kind of took it as an opportunity to just get stronger, work on my mechanics, work on my changeup a lot. I think it was good. It was good for like improvement of myself. And then I think as I went into fall ball and got to play again, it was kind of a transition into like performing in games and executing what I worked on over COVID.
I mean, I got to bring it up and hype you up a little bit here. Clean slate so far this
Yeah.
season. No
Yeah.
runs. Knock on wood.
It's phenomenal.
We're keeping it kosher for you here, man. What's some advice that you might attribute to that, or something that you've been kind of working toward to make sure that you're at the top level of your game?
Honestly, I haven't been trying to do anything crazy. I've just been trying to attack the zone, get ahead of hitters, make them put it in play. Don't want to give anyone free bases.
Attacking hitters, that's all you can do. That's the
Yeah.
best answer. There you go.
Yeah, obviously you've been phenomenal, and the Saints have been really good defensively too. How much confidence does it give you knowing, obviously, for example, guys like Boning and Cowden out there making great plays, but having a generally pretty good defense behind you, how much confidence does it give you when you're on the mound?
Definitely a lot of confidence. I don't love the 364 center field.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does.
That kind of brings down the confidence a little bit, but it's nice having a good defense out there.
Ball is tracking foul so far. Jake McMurray flying out to right, and Drew Cowley going down swinging. 1-2 now to Peyton Lewis. And Kyle, how do you feel so far? Obviously, you've done so well throughout this part of the season. How do you feel moving forward and some things that you are still continuing to work on?
I'm just trying to keep it rolling. I'm trying to keep getting better throughout the summer, keep getting stronger.
Lewis, that's going to be fair. He's going to get extra bases on this one. Making his way on over, the right fielder, Baciel Williams getting the ball in, and Lewis will have a stand-up double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's my roommate, just saying.
That's my roommate.
That's your way right there. Let him know.
Yeah,
Give him that hype out there.
Yeah, leads the team in RBIs.
he does.
St. Louis, yeah. He got his 15th today.
Now batting,
Yeah, the Texas room knows what's up.
number 10,
Texas room knows what's up.
Boning.
And that must be great being able to stick together with that group of guys. Does
Yeah.
that help for planning out anything next season, or just being able to stick with them throughout this summer?
Yeah, it's just nice that we all had something in common when we came here. We're all from Texas. We're all from, 4 of us are actually from Houston area, actually.
Very nice. Boning line this one back up the middle, and that's going to drive in Peyton Lewis. An RBI single from Brandon Boning, and the Saints take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good on Brandon Boning. That's just what he needed to get a little confidence going, and Saints 3-2 lead. We love it.
Yeah, not the hardest hit ball by Boning, but perfectly placed, and shortstop Brown dies but couldn't get it, and the Saints now take a 3-2 lead. All right, Kyle, I like to ask everyone we interview, growing up or even now, is there any major leaguer or maybe a family member or something that you try to base your game off of, that you try to be just like, that you admire?
Yeah, my favorite's probably Lance McCullers. He's got a good curveball. I've got a good curveball.
Yeah.
Try to kind of model like the way he attacks hitters.
Are you an Astro fan?
I am an Astros fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did y'all cheat, or did you? What do you think?
I'm here for the hate. We cheated.
We cheat, yeah.
He sheeds on the hatred.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're
Kyle's
not
all
cheating. You're
about
not
it.
trying.
Right.
I mean,
Honestly, it probably happens more than
Yeah.
that they just got caught.
oh, it for sure happens more. Yeah.
The banter that Kyle's probably had to go through over the last couple of seasons has been real for sure.
Yeah, I can handle it.
They're doing good this year, though.
Yeah, they
Well,
are.
not cheating,
Real
not.
good. Not a lot of competition out there in the AL West.
Yeah, made the World Series last year.
Still made the World Series last year. Or almost made the World Series
Or
last
yeah.
year.
2 years ago, yeah.
Brandon Boning hopping on his horse, and he's going to be safe over at second. The 3rd stolen base here for the Saints in this ball game. And also, just keeping it a little light, Kyle, what's some of the things that you get into off the field? Something that keeps you busy, a hobby, favorite activity that you do? And it looks like Brandon Boning's going to go over to third. Is there a balk on the field? Interference, potentially? One of the two had to have happened there. Probably going to be defensive interference, and that's going to move Brandon Boning over to third.
Yeah, I would say I like to lift a lot, work on my body, try to look good in my uniform.
It's summer ball.
In order to play good, you got to look good.
Yeah.
Look good, feel good, play good. That's Kyle's motto.
What are some personal goals for you coming into the summer? Is there anything you in particular wanted to work on or make sure you're improved on by the end of the summer?
Yeah, I'm kind of working on my fastball this summer. I started throwing a sinker, so I'm just trying to work on sinking it to both sides of the plate, running it into lefties, throwing it into lefties, sinking it over the plate, into righties, and then away to lefties and away to righties.
And so far, it seems good. Or have you been happy with how that's going?
Yeah, I have been happy with how it's going. Especially last outing, I felt like I got more sink on it.
Pitch misses up and away, and Cowden gets a free pass to first. The Saints will have runners on the corners here in the bottom of the sixth with 2 outs, and that'll bring up the big man, Tanner Lindsley.
Tanner Lindsley.
And Kyle, what would you say is the future that you have? What would be like the future of Kyle, and how would you sort of describe like what's ahead for you going forward in terms of baseball or in terms of life, everything?
Yeah, I haven't looked that far ahead, but
One day at a time, right?
Enjoying the moment.
yeah, I'm planning to graduate probably next summer, and then from there, see where it goes.
Tanner Lindsley drives this ball into right field, and that will be it for the Saints in the bottom of the 6th inning, but the damage has been done. A couple of base hits, 2 runners left on, and the Saints take the lead here, 3-2. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Kyle, thank you.
Thank
you, Kyle, for joining us. We wish you luck for the rest of the season, and
Thank you.
hope
Thank
you'll
you,
come
guys.
back on and talk to us a little bit
See
more.
you again soon.
Sounds great.
For the Barons, number 16, Alex.
Back to the action here in the top of the 7th inning. Tommy Hannon, back on the mound for the Saints. Hannon has had great middle relief here for the Saints. No runs allowed so far. The inning that he was able to pitch, and got 3 up, 3 down for the Barons. Hoping to do the same thing here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, another thank you to Kyle for joining us as the Saints took a 3-2 lead, a 2-out rally, a double from Peyton Lewis, his second hit of the game, and then Boning with a single right up the middle. Gave the Saints the lead, and now Hannon pumping 2 strikes here to Gonzalez. The 7, 8, 9 hitters he got as he tries to keep the Saints with this 3-2 lead, as we got a good game here going to the later innings.
We sure do, Jared. It's a 1-run ball game here in the last couple of innings. Anything could happen. It's Hannon on the 0-2. Dirty
Wow.
slider. That was wicked. gets him way behind on that one. Trying to time it is Malbro, and that'll be it. Goes down swinging.
Yeah, Hannon made Gonzalez look silly on that swing. The slider low and away, dipping away from him, and he reached, but couldn't reach far enough. Beautiful slider there from Hannon, and that's his second strikeout. First of the inning, and one up, one down here for Williams.
Missed an out there. Yes, that was Gonzalez. As now Baciel Williams chops up to Cobb, and that'll be the second out. 2 quick outs for Tommy Hannon here to start off the 7th inning.
It happened besides the error by Cobb last half inning with Jalen Williams. The base hit from Neighbors in the 3rd inning, an RBI single, was the last hit for the Barons. They got a walk with Brown, the next batter, and everyone else has been retired besides the error by Cobb. So it's been fantastic work so far from Sears to close out his game, and then early work here from Hannon. He fires another first pitch strike.
The Barons having to chip away consistently in this game, have never had a lead. They're really good on the pitching staff, keeping it close and maintaining these Saints leads, only allowing a tie. As Hannon gets ahead in this count as well, another 0-2 count. Hannon feeling the first pitch strikes in this ball game, has delivered first pitch strike on all but one batter so far since he's come in. It's the 7th batter he's now faced. Boyd, 1 for 2 thus far, doubled back in the 3rd inning. We'll take ball 1 here, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, Boyd, a guy, he doubled on a fly ball that happened to fall right between right and center. He also flew out. Definitely a guy, if I'm a coach, I want him hitting it on the ground. I don't want him getting under the ball. He's got the speed coming out of that left-handed batter's box to beat out ground balls, and so far he's been getting under the ball.
1-2 misses outside, and now even count. Deuces are wild here in the 7th.
I'd like to think if Hannon retires Boyd here, go back out there for the 8th before they bring in possibly Richardson or maybe someone in the 9th to close it out if it's still a 1-run game.
2-2 pitch. Just gets a piece of that. Good on the batter, Boyd. Staying alive here and keeping it alive for the Barons in the top of the 7th. Julian Boyd, a .286 average last season.
Beautiful curveball. He just got a piece again.
.286 average out of Golden West College in his junior season. Had 3 home runs, 16 RBIs, and 21 runs with 7 stolen bases. So a 5-tool player in Julian Boyd. Can hit for power, has speed. And swing and a miss. Julian Boyd, strike 3 call on an off-speed pitch. And a 1-2-3 inning, 2 strikeouts for Tommy Hannon. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, Saints lead 3-2. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here as the sun begins to set over Jackie Robinson Memorial. The lights are starting to come on, and we got a pitching change. For the Barons, Eldridge Armstrong's day is done. 3 innings of work, 2 hits allowed, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 1 earned run. That gave the Saints the lead just last inning. They'll bring in Garrett Riley for the Barons.
Yeah, Riley, another lefty to face 3 lefties to start this inning for the Saints. First one's Mark, who takes a fastball up and in for ball 1. Yeah, Armstrong, he was good. Unfortunately for him, he's in line for the loss if his team doesn't get another run. As that's just the way baseball goes. He let up a soft single from Boning up the middle to drive in Lewis last inning. The go-ahead run for the Saints, and that's where we are now with 3-2 lead.
You know, Jared, I think out of anyone, Jacob deGrom can attest. You could do everything right in a ball game, especially as a pitcher, and still come up with a loss. That's what's so heartbreaking about being a pitcher sometimes.
Absolutely. Some days, you know, your offense just doesn't have it. And some pitchers have the luck of every day they pitch, their offense doesn't have it. Like deGrom is.
1-1 is lifted up into left field. Jordan Williams underneath it, and he will retire Blake Marsh to get the first out for the Barons in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now up to the plate, Jackson Cobb. Cobb 0 for 2 thus far. Grounded out to the first baseman his last time up.
Yeah, the bottom of the order for the Saints. As you've seen, the bottom of the order has been a big factor this season for them as they've been very good down there offensively so far tonight, though. Happened to be 0 for 8 coming to this Cobb at-bat, the 7, 8, 9 hitters in Lindsley, Marsh, and Cobb.
Cobb looking to change that as he takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. We went inside the numbers on Jackson Cobb earlier, and he's had a very good season. Let's see if he can start things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Saints. He takes the second pitch for ball 2.
Yeah, Cobb walks good amount of times this season. Very good eye.
Good tempo.
And he's a pitch away. Another ball from getting a free pass here in the 7th.
Garrett Riley showing good tempo, but not very good location. So we should see Cobb hold up here on the 3-0. As he does, he takes the first pitch. That is a strike. 3-1 the count to Jackson Cobb. The quick pitch on the 3-1, swung on and missed for strike 2.
Big cut from Cobb there as he was trying to go yard with a big home run swing there, but come up empty. Now has to be careful. It's a 3-2 count.
That one misses high, and Cobb will get a free pass to first base, the first time he has reached safely in this ball game. We'll get back up to the top of the order. Connor Bradshaw to the plate. Bradshaw has been quiet since his double in the first. Flew out to left and struck out. Be looking to continue and capitalize off of the walk here. It's pretty early on in this inning. We talked about the Saints capitalizing off of their walks. Usually to lead off an inning, but with 1 out here, let's see if that walk will help him out.
Well, the right guys are at the plate. Bradshaw, McMurray, and Callie, each with a hit apiece in this game. Bradshaw with a fly out and a strikeout since that first inning double. But he's quickly behind in the count now, 0-2.
Saints have had to battle back a lot, it seems today. Has been down in the count. Some of the counts they've been able to get ahead on extremely early if it's a 3-0, but otherwise it's been a bit of a battle for these Saints hitters. They still lead 3-2 as this one is chopped up. Going to get past in between first and second, and Connor Bradshaw will have a single, and Cobb is going to stretch it into nice 2 bases there, and we got runners at the corners for the Saints here with 1 out. Good running there by Jackson Cobb, showing off his speed. A lazy throw in by Basiel Williams and lazy ability to get to the ball, and Saints take advantage.
Yeah, not a good 0-2 pitch there from Riley. Left a curveball hanging for Bradshaw, and I guess I jinxed Bradshaw saying how I don't know a hit that he's pulled. Well, he pulled that curveball right in between first and second. He'll take it, though. Base it to right, and now Saints with an important insurance run 90 feet away. If McMurray can just get a fly ball deep enough here, 1 out, runners on the quarters.
That is the best jinx I think I've ever heard of, Jarrett. Instead of going one side, you go the other. That's pretty good. It's a check over on Connor Bradshaw. Making sure that the Barons still keep the double play intact with runners at the corners. Could be huge if they could get McMurray to roll over on one here. First pitch to McMurray, up high, ball one.
Yeah, and this is, we talked about earlier, when you're missing your pitches, you have to miss in the right spots. And right now, it doesn't look like Riley's missing the right spots. His fastballs that are missing high, but if those are a little bit lower in the zone, they could be crushed. He's missing high. The curveball was left hanging. That one gets away.
And Cobb is going to be able to score easily on the wild pitch, and the Saints are going to take a 4-2 lead here off of the pitch there by Garrett Riley, and they'll take it. They now double their lead to 2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yep, and Riley doesn't seem like he has his best stuff right now. After retiring Marsh, a walk, a single on an 0-2 pitch, and now a 2-0 count to McMurray, including a wild pitch that results in a run. Still a runner on second here with 1 out, and he's got McMurray and Callie on deck, in which Callie struck out his last 2 times. And, you know, Callie doesn't do that often.
You know he's going to battle back. He's pissed about those 2 things. There's another high fastball. Brings the count to 3-0, and we could get another free pass here for McMurray, and that will bring up Cowley with 2 runners on with 1 out. A lot to be proud of for the Barons pitching staff up to that point. Kept the game close, and now with Riley in, another run allowed.
Swinging 3-0.
3-0 swung on and drove deep into center field, and that's going to be caught by Julian Boyd. Tagging up is Connor Bradshaw moving to third. And a curious call there by McMurray swinging on the 3-0 pitch.
I mean, I like it. They give him the green light. If it's there, take a swing, and he hit it well. If he hits it to right field a little more, it could be gone. But a beautiful swing by McMurray. Crushed it. Just hit it to center, just a bit shy of the wall.
Just the hit you wanted out of McMurray. But just to note as well, Jarrett, we've seen the struggles out of Riley. He hasn't been throwing a lot of strikes when you're up 3-0. Usually you don't get the green light there with a pitcher struggling on the mound. You wait till get another free pass up there, but
with the player as capable of hitting as McMurray, I like the call. If it's a pitch right there to swing, and like you said, it was a pitch to hit. He crushed it.
Sure was.
Just hit it right at a guy.
I'll commend McMurray on that hit. Moved Bradshaw over as well. And a nice hit out of there. Oh, Cowley just misses down the right field line, foul. 0-2 to Cowley.
Cowley in danger of getting the hat trick now. 3 strikeouts, which he's honestly the last person you would pick in the Saints lineup to get 3 Ks.
Baseball will humble you, Jarrett, if anything. It definitely takes you back down a peg. Hoping that Cowley can do something here on the 0-2. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball gets him. Strike 3. And that's the 3rd time, as Jarrett mentioned, that Cowley has gone down swinging. Saints add another run. Up 4-2 here as we head into the top of the 8th inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action, and the Barons down to their final 6 lives. Leading off for the Barons, top of the lineup, and Kamayu Neighbors, followed by Komet Brown and James Williams. Thought we were going to get a little bit of deja vu from Friday night's game. We had Sears, Hannon, and then on Friday we had Trevor Niskern. Tonight it's Diego Avila on the pitching change, so Tommy Hannon's day is done. 2 innings of work, no hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, and no earned runs. Quite a day for Hannon today.
Yeah, Hannon was phenomenal coming in the game. Carried over what Merrick Sears ended, and let's see if Avila can come in and do the same thing.
As Avila quickly gets ahead in the count, as he usually does, 0-2 to Kamayu Neighbors. Avila had nerves of steel, ice in his veins, whatever you want to call it, when he came in on Friday against the Riptide. Bases loaded, nobody out, and shut him down as he gets a nice chopper back up the middle. Boning has to make a quick play, and he'll be able to get him just in time. A great play by Brandon Boning to get the very speedy Kamayu Neighbors.
Yeah, there it is again, Brandon Boning. A difficult play. It makes it look so easy. You just knew, I knew right when the ball was hit towards him, the play was going to be made, even if it was close, and sure enough, he does it. And for Avila, weak contact, gets out number 1.
You just come to expect it out of Brandon Boning. The 4th time he's made such a play today, and it's definitely a key piece to this defensive puzzle.
Like you said, Avila came in with a tough challenge last time. The bases loaded, able to get out of it, and that can give you a lot of confidence. Now coming in, 2-run game here. See if we can get this over to the 9th. Avila from Claremont McKenna.
Went to high school locally here at Loyola. Cubs alumni, as is your play-by-play announcer. As the second pitch to Komet Brown misses outside for ball 1.
Komet Brown been on base twice, hit by pitch in the first, walked in the third. Sears struck him out the last time.
1-1 pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. Great location out of that changeup from Avila.
Avila looking for his first strikeout.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed on the fastball, strike 3 call, and a great display of pitching out of Diego Avila here in the top of the 8th inning to retire the first 2 batters, looking for his third in James Williams.
Now stepping in for the Barons.
Yep, fastball blown right by him by Avila, and this is good for the Saints. Obviously, last night had a big lead against the Riptide. It was blown. Then it went obviously to extras, and the Saints were able to get the victory. Would like a much calmer, relaxer W here today.
I think the Saints would too. They've had enough, and they've put a lot of energy into this game right after a long one last night.
I think a 9-inning victory would be just fine with me, fine with probably a lot of players.
Fine with the fans.
I think everyone's
Wednesday
cool.
night,
Just
everyone's
close.
all right.
Get the next 4 guys, and we'll go home with another victory.
It's very rare that you get everyone happy off of one event, Jared, and I think the Saints should be kind enough to do it for him here tonight. This one's popped up, back foul for the first strike on James Williams.
Only 4 hits in the game for the Barons. All of them came in innings number 2 and 3. Have been shut down by the Saints bullpen since.
As we mentioned, just a different Merrick Sears as he was heading through the lineup the second time, and Tommy Hannon doing a great job of shutting things down, and now Diego Avila trying to continue this trend of a hitless streak now through 4 innings. Brilliant curveball rung just down the middle for strike 2.
Avila breezes through this inning. Wonder if he'll go out for the 6-out save in the 9th.
I could definitely see it, Jared. We've seen them split things up tonight a little bit pretty evenly. 5-2-2 could be in store tonight.
Let's see if he goes back to this fastball.
The 1-2 pitch. Goes with the changeup there, misses outside, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to James Williams, the catcher for the Barons. is 0 for 3 thus far today, looking for his first hit. Avila looking to go 1, 2, 3. Time is called. The 2-2. Swung on and hit. That's going to get through Cowley and Boning and be the first base hit of the 8th for the Barons, and first hit that we've seen in quite a while from them as well.
I just jinx everything I say. I sit here and say they haven't had a hit since the 3rd inning. And sure enough, next guy singles.
Diego's going to listen to this, and he's coming for you, Jared. You better watch your back.
Doesn't matter what I say, it's going to happen.
Well, it seems it's going to be the opposite, so maybe...
Yeah, maybe I'll say that Diego has not retired a batter since 2 batters ago.
There we go. That's all you need to say, Jared. That'll bring up Jalen Williams, the first baseman. He reached via Jackson Cobb error the last time up, and a big swing and a miss off of a curveball from Avila. Puts him down 0-1.
Yeah, and Jalen Williams represents the tying run. As much as the Saints, it seemed like, has dominated the last few innings, only a 2-run lead. 4-2 is the score. So every pitch matters here, especially with a runner on for the Barons.
Williams lines it back up to Avila. Nice easy throw, and he will get out of the 8th inning. 1 runner left on for the Barons off of 1 hit, and the Saints maintain their 4-2 lead heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Number 11, Peyton Lewis.
Back to the action. The Saints with a 4-2 lead over the MLB Academy Barons. Leading off for the Saints here in the bottom of the 8th inning will be Peyton Lewis, followed by Brandon Boning and Josh Cowden.
Yeah, Lewis doubled and came around to score the go-ahead run his last time up in the 6th. That's his 2nd hit of the game, and we mentioned trying to get him going hits-wise, get that average up, and he's doing a good job going towards that with a single and a double here tonight, an RBI and a run scored as well. And this will be an important inning for Riley and on the mound for the Barons, as the Saints are the type of team that they'll put up like a 5 spot right here and really put this game to bed. And if the Barons want any chance, they're going to have to keep this within 3 runs, as we know how great that Saints bullpen's been tonight.
1-1 misses inside to Lewis. As you mentioned, he's really been heating up here in this game, and hopefully this is the start of the Peyton Lewis that we've come to expect this season. 2-1 pitch fouled off, back into the stands for strike 2.
Riley walked a man his last inning, and sure enough, what the Saints like to do, cash it in. Cobb came around to score. Yeah, a wild pitch.
2-2 to Lewis. Hits him.
Oh,
And that was a big thump on the back. But worth it as he'll get a free pass to start off this inning.
this poor guy, Peyton Lewis, is constantly getting drilled.
He can't avoid it. That's the 6th one now, Jarrett. I was just looking down at that. This man is a ball magnet. For those of you Drake and Josh fans, this is Josh Nichols out here just catching all these balls. Terrible.
And that was a curveball, just got away from Riley. Hit him in and see if Boning can get another hit. He had the go-ahead single. That cashed in Lewis back in inning number 6.
No, Peyton Lewis will be that guy who's going to take him for the team. He'll get on first. He'll wear one. He's got that kind of mentality. Get on by whatever means necessary.
Boning's another guy that's been hit a little bit, and that one's ripped to left center.
And that's just what you were saying, Jarrett. There you go. Brandon Boning will be backing you up tonight, if anything. A nice hit by a pitch and a single, and the Saints are rolling here in the bottom of the 8th. As you mentioned, this is the time where the Saints pad their lead. They like to score late in games, and if they get a few runs going early, that usually means a lot of run production out of the Saints. The Barons doing a good job keeping them at 4, but this could be the start of a big inning. You know what a hits batsman, a walk, a leadoff error can do for the Saints, and they always take advantage of it. Seems to always get a run here. And Josh Cowden will be the one to make sure that happens.
Cowden talking to the umpire a little bit. Cowden came in tied with Lewis on RBIs. Now in second. Has a chance to tie him. Possibly go ahead with a big hit here. That could really open up this game. Shows bunt.
Puts down a nice bunt down the third base line. It's going to roll just foul. Cowden also tied with Bradshaw for most walks on the team, and with that walk, last time up, he now leads the team with 12 walks. So a couple of switch-arounds in terms of statistics leaders in this ballgame.
Riley could really use a ground ball here. Haven't seen a double play tonight from either side. Cowden, followed by Lindsley and Marsh. Really a chance to put this game away for the Saints.
Riley delivers another bunt shown, and that will be bunted foul yet again, and probably the last bunt we'll see from Josh Cowden.
Yeah, that one was a little low from Riley. That Cowden went after below the knees, tried to get the bunt down. Never going to get a bunt that low. Very difficult to get down, and I imagine they let Cowden swing away here. 0-2. Cowden has struck out once so far today.
The 0-2 pitch just misses the outside corner. Blue staying consistent in this game, not calling those. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for the Saints here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kicks and delivers. Chopper down the first baseline. Going to get foul again.
Yeah, another curveball running in. Cowden got jammed there. And we'll have to do it again with 1-2 count.
As we've seen all season long, these Saints hitters do not go down easy. They may have a lot of strikeouts recently, but they'll fight. They'll get these pitchers up in the counts before going down swinging.
Riley hasn't had a great feel for that curveball today. It's running inside on a lot of lefty. Let's see if he tries to go to it again with 2 strikes. Doesn't. Goes with the fastball.
High fastball for ball 2. Evens the count, and a great job by Josh Cowden battling here. Sun has officially set over Jackie Robinson, and the lights are shining bright. Bright enough, hopefully, to get a Saints victory here tonight. The 2-2 to Cowden. This is low, and that gets away from catcher James Williams. Both runners will advance, and the Saints have now second and third with Boning and Lewis and nobody out.
Yeah, another wild pitch. Second one for Riley. Looked like another off-speed pitch, and that one in the dirt as well.
Garrett getting some encouragement from his dugout, trying to keep him cool here. Riley sets, kicks, and delivers. This is low, and that's going to get away from him. Peyton Lewis is going to come in to score easily, and that's the second time in this ballgame. And now
Heads up base running by
easy
Cowden.
move by Cowden getting over to second. But as I was saying, the second time in this ballgame that the Saints have been able to capitalize off of a wild pitch, now making it 5-2 here. Arroyo Seco.
Well, that's the third wild pitch in an inning. He hasn't even recorded it out here in the 8th by Riley. And that was a fastball just not located, thrown right to the backstop. And Cowden took off. He walked, and he sprinted to first. Wanted to go 2 from the beginning. And knowing Williams would be slow getting to the ball, and heads up base runner from Cowden gets all the way to second. It's 5-2 now, Saints, but still 2 runners in scoring position, nobody out.
Nothing has changed from that wild pitch, as you said, Jarrett. Still the same situation, and
All that's changed is a run on the scoreboard.
Josh Cowden running down the mentality that these Saints ball players have. He saw the wild pitch. He saw that Williams was a little bit sluggish to go and get that ball, and he made his way over to second. And that's the consistent trend that we've seen from the Saints. You cannot start lagging or becoming sluggish at the end of these ball games because they'll make you pay for it.
Here's Lindsley.
Tanner Lindsley.
0 for 3. Hit the ball well his last time to right. No better time to get a hit. First hit of the game right here.
So he'll take the first pitch up and away for ball 1. And for the Barons, they really need to bear down here, especially Garrett Riley. It seems that their pitchers had a lot more calming, more fast tempo. Riley seemingly going back and forth between slow and fast and is able to get Tanner swinging for strike 1.
Well, and Garrett Riley's really hurt himself. 3 wild pitches in the 2 innings. He hit a batter. He's walked a batter. 2 batters in the 2 innings. 2 singles in the 2 innings, and 3 wild pitches. I mean, that's your defense. You're not giving your defense a chance. His infielders will come in now.
How about that again, Jarrett? You can pretty much lock it in as a sure thing. If a Saints batsman gets hit or a walk to lead off an inning, they're coming around to score.
Like I said, it seems that every time you give them free base runners, that's when they cash it in. And that's what good teams do. They take advantage of the other team's mistakes. And Saints, like I said, Barons aren't even going to give a chance to come back in this 9th inning if Garrett can't quickly find the zone.
The 3-1 to Lindsley.
Ooh.
Big swing and a miss from the big man. Comes up empty, 3-2. And we're just looking for that big hack out of Tanner Lindsley. We know he has the power. It's just if he can connect on one and drive it out there, this would be an amazing time to do it with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. The pitch misses low and away for ball 4, and that will be the 3rd free pass of the inning, given up by Garrett Riley. The bases are juiced with nobody out for Blake Marsh.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer Riley's going to go. I don't know if the Barons want to use another pitcher in this game. Kind of counting on Riley to just get the final 3 outs here and maybe have a chance to come back in the 9th. But right now it's not looking good. Here's Marsh.
Blake Marsh, the only Saints hitter today that has not made it to reach the base path. Still looking for his first hit or first walk. Something to give him some confidence to move forward.
Yeah, like you said, only one not to reach base safely. And it's not looking good here, 0-2.
Quickly goes down early, and Marsh will have to protect the plate. Starting to build some tempo here. Riley kicks and delivers. In there for strike 3 looking, and Blake Marsh goes down for the 4th time in this ball game.
Yeah, 2nd time striking out, 2nd time looking. 3 pitches, just Riley sent him down looking. Didn't take the bat off his shoulders. Took 3 pitches and quickly gets sent back to the dugout for out number 1.
Much needed out for the Barons as the bases are still loaded here with 1 out and Jackson Cobb at the plate. First pitch to Cobb misses up and away for ball 1. Cobb successfully reached his last time up on a walk. Other than that, he's 0 for 2 today on a couple of groundouts. The 1-0 to Cobb. Swung on and missed on a good changeup for strike one. Still a prime opportunity for the Saints to do some damage here. Cobb takes the 1-1, and it looks like, yes, Brandon Boning's going to come in to score, and that'll be now the third run that the Saints have capitalized on a wild pitch, making it a 6-2 ball game.
Fourth wild pitch in 2 innings right now for Riley, and he's got swing and miss stuff. We've seen it a few times, but he just cannot consistently throw strikes. It's another one in the dirt that catcher Williams can't find, and results in the 6th run for the Saints at the ball game.
Now the 2-1 to Cobb. 3-1. And as you're saying, Jared, it really seems that Riley is just hurting himself out there, not giving his defense the chance to work for him, and has given up 2 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. All on him. The 3-1 pitch. Drilled out by Cobb into left field. That's going to score Cowden easily. Tanner Lindsley moves his way on over to third, and Jackson Cobb with an RBI single to make it a 7-2 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Great piece of hitting by Cobb. Everyone knows I love when these Saints players go the other way. Takes the fastball in the outer half with a line shot that falls in before the left fielder Williams. And I'm telling you, Charlie, a 2-run deficit going into the 9th. You know, you're blooping a blast away. That's all you need, a walk and a home run, something like that. 7-2 now. It really just, it's a kill shot from the Saints. Now 5 runs, still 1 out with runners in the corners looking to add more.
And it's really deflating offensively. All of these guys have been sitting out here for a long time, standing out there. A lot of wild pitches, so not a lot of movement. They're going to start to become stiff out there, and that could hurt their chances at a comeback in the top of the 9th.
And it's not like they've been hitting already anyways. They've had 1 hit since the 3rd inning. So it's the light is getting very dim right now for the Barons in this game. That one's roped.
Another big shot by Connor Bradshaw. Jackson Cobb thought about going to third, but Tanner Lindsley able to make it home easily. And Connor Bradshaw now with an RBI single, making it 8-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Jarrett, no jinx on this one. You called the 5-run inning. So far we got 4. I think that's enough to say you really showed why the Barons needed to bear down and make sure that this game didn't get away from them. Starting off with a hit batsman, that's not the way they wanted to do it.
Absolutely, and this is why I stress so much this type of middle relief pitching that no one talks about is if he gets in 1, 2, 3, you go into the 9th inning, you give your team a confident chance. Okay, we're 2 runs away from this. Now you're going in down 6. I tell you right now, a lot of players out there are in their heads, we've already lost the game. And now, I mean, McMurray is still 1 out. Riley's going to have to do his best to get out of here. It looks like his head coach is going to leave him out there.
Murray driving this out into right field. Looks like a bit of a pop-up. Burrell Williams underneath and will make the catch. And that'll be Jackson Cobb advancing over to third. And the Saints have runners at the corners. Now 2 out in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, now Callie will come up, be the 9th hitter of the inning.
Yes, the Saints have made it all the way through their lineup here in this inning, as Riley has faced all 9 batters
in the inning. And this inning started with the man on deck, Lewis, getting hit by a pitch on a 2-2 curveball. And the first 4 runners of the inning, 4 hitters for the Saints, all reached base and all came around to score. Which stretched it to an 8-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
And now a pickoff attempt, and that'll get Bradshaw seemingly. If the throw's on, it is on, and Bradshaw is picked off from first base. The damage has been done as the Saints get 2 walks, 1 hits batsman, and 3 hits that inevitably drive in 4 runs and extend their lead 8-2. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Pitching change for the Saints. Diego Avila's day is done off of 1 inning of work, 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout, and no earned runs. Saints relief has been superb so far today. No earned runs and only 1 hit allowed ever since Merrick Sears got taken out of the ballgame. Attention, California Collegiate League fans. Watch the 2021 CCL Showcase game presented by ABDG Wednesday, July 14th at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Bally Sports TV. The CCL's top players will showcase their talents at the MLB Academy in Compton, California. Pre-game workouts begin at 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at the gate. For more information, visit calsummerball.com and be sure to follow the action on social media using the hashtag CCLBaseball. As we mentioned, there's a pitching change. Daniel Richardson is now in for the Saints, the San Diego State phenom.
You're ready to see some heat.
And I was just about to say, Jared, we're in for some hot tasting food right here out of Daniel Richardson. He fires down some MLB heat living around the mid-90s.
And I actually like this move by head coach Aaron Milan. Last time we saw Richardson, it was a little bit of a closer game, and he has had trouble throwing strikes sometimes this season. So put him in with a 6-run cushion. Let him work on throwing strikes. So that's the only counterpart to people that throw, mid-90s. Is sometimes they have trouble locating, and that's come to hurt Richardson in the past. But let's see if he can get a nice, easy inning here in the 9th and put a W in the win column for the Saints.
The Saints have an 8-2 lead. Richardson in to close it out. Unavailable to get the save, as Jarrett mentioned, a 6-run lead. And I think that head coach Aaron Milam is really liking the combo between Diego Avila and Daniel Richardson. Avila sitting high 70s, low 80s on his fastball. Obviously, Richardson sitting about 15 miles an hour faster than that. That speed differential going to throw a lot of batters off, even though Avila only went 1 inning. It's going to be a lot for these hitters to come back from.
Well, absolutely. That definitely makes it difficult for these hitters once you see 80 and then you see 10 to 15 miles per hour faster. Just the next inning, it's definitely a big difference.
Nice slider out of Richardson, 2 for a nice 2-1, I believe is the count. No, yes, 2-1.
As we've seen, his fastball a little bit, first 2 pitches both in the dirt to the backstop. Trouble locating that fastball. Slider was dropped in there. See if he goes back to the slider.
2-1 pitch. Another fastball. Nearly clips Jordan Williams. 3-1 the count.
See, this is where Richardson, you're up 6, try to throw strikes. If the guy gets a hit off you, he gets a hit off you. But you got to try to throw strikes. You're up 6 runs. Don't run into any trouble based on your own fault.
The 3-1. Nice chopper back to Richardson. A lot of speed out of Williams. Gets him in time.
Looked like he threw a fastball over to first.
Fastball over to first right there. And that's using your mechanics to your advantage right there. Jarrett Richardson able to gun that in there. That looked like at least 85 over there for first. And good on Blake Marsh catching that heat.
For the Barons, number 28, Nicholas Malbrough.
1 up, 1 down. And now Nicholas Malbrough, part of the Barons' final 2 lives here in this ball game. So far, Malbrough has gone 0 for 3 in this game. He'll take the first pitch low and inside, ball 1.
I know I stopped playing baseball when I was younger, so I never got to see the 80s and 90s fastball. That's got to be a scary thing standing in the box to me.
Curveball just a little bit too high from Richardson.
I mean, it's got to look like a blur, right?
Oh, that is looking, I don't even know, Jarrett. That's like if you catch a glimpse at the other side of the freeway going north, that's about the kind of speed that you're having to try to hit out of Daniel Richardson. 2-0 hitters count. Blake Marsh tries to get over there, but tails too far to the right, foul. 2-1. I would go to the batting cages as well, Jared, and you'd see those 90, 95 mile an hour batting cages, and that's what we're seeing out of Richardson. And as you're saying, it looks like something real quick just flew right by you. You can't even see it.
That one's up and in, too.
Hitters count yet again to Malbrough. Marlboro leads the team in doubles with 2. Going inside the numbers with a 273 average, 1 run, and 3 RBIs. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled off right, strike 2. Full count now to Nicholas Marlboro. Saints looking for back-to-back dubs here. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off back yet again.
Yeah, it seems like the Saints always answer when they lose. They went on a 4-game losing streak, then countered that with a 4-game winning streak, then dropped 2 in a row, and now looking like they're going to win 2 in a row again.
Battled against the Riptide Friday night, lost, but got him right back last night in a very high-scoring 25-run game. 3-2 misses high, and there's the first walk out of Daniel Richardson. We talked about his control being an issue with a 6-run lead. Hopefully it won't be too much damage allowed on Richardson.
Yeah, and then what I like to say about teams, I said like good teams don't lose 2 in a row. You don't like to. Good teams don't go on these long losing streaks. They counter a loss with an immediate win. And Saints, you've seen go on obviously that one big losing streak, but other than that, very good job countering it with some wins.
And they're still in the plus column on the season, still 10-8, so they've been able to beat out that 1 step forward, 1 step back mantra.
As Alec Gonzalez comes up. 1 for 3. An RBI single in his first at bat in the second, but since then has flown out and struck out.
Seems to be consistent with all these hitters that got their hit in the second, have been dead silent since. There we go. There's a rocket shot up the middle. Fielded by Connor Bradshaw out in center, and now 2 on for the Barons here and 1 out in the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, not easy to turn around a 90-something mile per hour fastball right up the middle. Great at bat there by Gonzalez.
Number 23, Azio.
Mirrored his first at bat there in the second inning. Also a shot right up the middle. Now Richardson looking to get Basiel Williams, the right fielder, to ground out here and turn a nice double play. Get some fireworks here over Jackie Robinson. First pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1. Basiel Williams 0 for 3 in this ball game. Grounded out to second, short, struck out his first time up.
Richardson's the second San Diego State Aztec pitcher we've seen on the mound today.
Still missing that fastball high. He's got to finish down. He's not finishing all the way down on those fastballs, Jared, and that's why he's leaving him a little bit up high. He just needs to kick that wrist down, finish all the way through, be firing him in there right down the middle. See if he can make an adjustment here.
Yeah, that's the thing with the guy that Richardson that throws so hard. It's not like he has to put it on a perfect plaque on the outside corner or on the inside corner like someone like Avila has to do because he does it so hard. Is if he just locates it for a strike, it's going to be blown by a lot of guys.
That's all he needs to do right there. He's able to finish down on that pitch, and now a nice 1-2 pitchers count against Basiel Williams. Runners on first and second, 1 out. The 1-2.
Got him.
In there, strike 3 looking, gets him on the fastball. Taking notes from Jarrett Thompson, finding the zone. And Daniel Richardson gets his first strikeout here and second out of the top of the 9th inning. And that'll bring up Julian Boyd,
Now stepping in
the
for
last
Barons.
breath
Number
for the
2,
Barons.
Julian Boyd.
Boyd, as we mentioned, is the 9th hitter for the Barons. He's the strikeout and RBI leader. Let's see what we get here in this at-bat. Clean slate. Strike 1. Richardson on top.
Starting to locate that fastball a little better here. He maybe starts to throw a little more pitches, gets a little more of a rhythm. Looking for the final out.
And this is where you're going to see Richardson commanding here with 2 outs. He's got all the confidence in the world behind him. Just misses there on a low fastball. Ball 1. Seen a lot of fastballs out of Richardson. Let's see if he mixes in some off speed to get him here in this at bat. The 1-1 to Boyd. Chopper is going to get through past Jackson Cobb and roll out into right field. Peyton Lewis having to make a throw. And it is not in time. The Barons will add another and close this gap, making it an 8-3 ball game. And Nicholas Malbrough able to score coming around off of the Julian Boyd single.
Yeah, good job by Boyd to pull it. A little bit chopped, but right in a good place in between Cobb and Marsh. And the Barons get their third run, down 5. Never say never. Richardson only needing one more out here. The runner on the base paths do not matter as he tries to get here Neighbors here to end the game.
The tying run is over there in the dugout, Jared. I think he's feeling pretty confident still about his abilities to close this game out. Missing inside on that fastball, ball 1. So we go now to the top of the order. Neighbors, 1 for 4 thus far. The double back in the 3rd inning. The 1-0. Mayu takes strike 1.
There we go.
In there, fastball right at the knees for strike 2.
Saints strike away for their 11th win of the season.
All the fans here at Jackie Robinson Memorial on the edge of their seat, waiting this back-to-back victory out of the Saints. Kicks and delivers. Chopper right back to Richardson. Bobbles it, able to make the throw, and cleanly makes it over to first. And that'll be it. Saints get the victory, put a W in the win column. They win this one 8-3. Daniel Richardson closes this ball game out in style, allows 1 run in the top of the 9th inning, but the damage is not enough in order to make off this comeback. And Jarrett, it's a great ball game here, back-to-back dubs for the Saints, their first one at home. First victory at home since Thursday, and they look to keep it rolling tomorrow against the Santa Barbara Foresters. We saw a great piece of hitting in this ball game. When the Saints get hitting, there are times it just seems contagious. It spreads like wildfire, and that's what happened here tonight, especially in the 8th inning. You called it a big inning where the Saints added 4 to their run total. They still would have won without that, but it's always good to have a little padding to your lead, and a great job out of this Saints staff. Sears starting it out. Bullpen coming through with Hannon and Avila, and then we get Richardson closing this out. Good all-around fashion, and just what you like to see out of the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Well, for the 2nd straight game, the Bats, they score a little early, but it takes some time for them to fully get going. And again, just like last night, those 7th, 8th, 9th innings, the Saints Bats awaken and really put this game to bed. And that's what happened. Like you said, a 4-run 8th inning really put it out of hand. But the big thing to me is the bullpen. Obviously, Richardson a little bit of trouble in the 9th. But the job done from Hannon and Avila in those innings, 1 hit allowed combined was phenomenal. Really kept the game at bay. Just waiting for the Bats to finally take that jump, give them the lead, in which they did. And the Saints now go to 11-8 before they're home and home with Santa Barbara.
21 runs in the last 2 games. That's very impressive, Jarrett. You're averaging double-digit runs in back-to-back games. And as we mentioned in that Friday night broadcast, the Saints were relying, not too much relying, but seemed to get a jump start off of leadoff errors or leadoff walks, leadoff hit by pitches. Now in this game, it seems that they only drove and benefited off of that 1 leadoff hit by a pitch, and that was, I believe, Peyton Lewis. It sure was back in the 8th inning. And from there, it seemed that was their only thing that really was a advantage to them. They made their own opportunities tonight. They got a nice piece of hitting going. They didn't rely on errors. They relied on their own talent, and the talent showed up here tonight. The offense has got to keep rolling like this, especially if some of the pitching is going to allow a couple more runs. It's always good to have that cushion. And with the lineup that we've been getting out of the past couple of nights, McMurray red hot, obviously Cowley, a little bit of a struggle tonight with 3 strikeouts, but he's still a go-to guy that can always deliver and answer the call for the Saints. And Moving forward, Jared, what do you think that the Saints are going to have to continue to do in order to find success?
Well, a lot of it's the bullpen. We've seen them; they're at their best when they get out to early leads, and they hold it when they're not coming back. So Connor Bradshaw in the first inning's been on a roll in the first inning, getting it started for the Saints. And once they get a lead, if their bullpen can hold it, it's when they're at their best. When they get behind early and fall behind, that's when they tend to lose. And we've seen many games this year where they hold on. They get off to an early lead, and they're able to hold on. Their offense keeps contributing, and their bullpen does just enough to get wins. They need to continue to do that with Santa Barbara, who coming in today was a game ahead of them in the standings, and they get two games at Santa Barbara the next 2 days. And this is some time now. We're in the middle of the season where the Saints can gain some serious ground on their opponents.
Early leads, jumping ahead early, and I would also add controlling the tempo. We saw Merrick Sears do a brilliant job of that here tonight, and we're hoping to see the Saints continue to find success as we go through into the weekend. For everyone here at Jackie Robinson Field, joined alongside me is Jared Thompson. I'm Charles Duncan. Thank you for listening to this broadcast. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. We love to build the community here at Arroyo Seco. Thank you. Good night.